superior results. River Parish Contractors can assist you with industrial projects that stay within budget and on schedule. What sets them apart is their ability to respond to get the job done right. Come take a tour of their impressive facility in St. John Parish or visit them online at rpcontractors.com.
Expect more savings. Expect more selection. Expect more during the final days of our Falling Prices in February sales event at Supreme Chevrolet in Gonzales and Supreme Chevy West in Plaquemine. Save the big bucks with massive month-end discounts on our best selection in years. Plus, save even more with the lowest financing and highest cash rebates available and top dollar for your trade. So together, let's drive while saving really big to Supreme Chevrolet Gonzales and Supreme Chevrolet West in Plaquemine or online at supremechevy.com or supremechevroletwest.com.
Mold Zero is now Pure Restoration. Same patented non-toxic dry fog treatment that will kill mold, remove odor, destroy other harmful pathogens. Same great service and friendly staff, just a new name, Pure Restoration. You can learn more online at pure-restoration.com. That's pure-restoration.com. Pure Restoration can handle mold remediation, demolition, build back, sanitization. Get your free quote online, pure-restoration.com.
If you only have a 401k, you're not getting the most for retirement.
Wait, what?
Add a Robinhood IRA on top, then they'll boost it by 3%.
You can do that?
And if you transfer in any retirement account, you get 3% on top of that.
Is there a limit to the match?
No limit. Robinhood Gold gets you the biggest contribution match of any IRA on the market. Sign up for Robinhood Gold at Robinhood.com/boost by April 30th. Subscription fees apply.
Investing involves risk. 3% match requires gold for 1 year from first match. Must keep IRA for 5 years. Match on transfers subject to additional terms and conditions. Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. Find the Children is a nonprofit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted car. Call 1-800-294-0222. You'll receive the maximum tax deduction, and we provide fast, free pickup. Call 1-800-294-0222. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Call 1-800-294-0222. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
Tired of guessing if your trash man is going to show each week? If you live in Ascension or Livingston Parish, then you can switch to Trash Rangers, like over 22,000 of your neighbors have. Get your red can by going to trashsignup.com. Trash Rangers.
Insurance companies have teams of professionals to fight your claim. If you want to know what your case is really worth, I'm Spencer Callahan. I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7970.
WNXX, Jackson, KNXX, Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers, LA 21-12681. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Good morning. It's 7 a.m. on Thursday, February 22nd. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect a windy day with a high of 74. In hour one of today's show, we recap LSU's big win over the Kentucky Wildcats, and we also preview the softball and baseball series for the LSU Tigers. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel. Hour number one of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios, starts now. Let me go!
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah!
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, what's up, y'all? What's up? How about it? What a night last night for the Tigers. As LSU men's basketball gets it done 75-74 over Kentucky at the Buzzards. Second top 20 top 20 win in a row for Matt McMahon. It's crazy, man. And I'm excited to break it all down because this is probably the toughest basketball team I've ever seen in terms of mental toughness, resilience, fighting out of holes. There's a ton to get to. I should probably start by apologizing because I've spent the last 1.5 years making jokes about men's basketball being like a club sport and how it didn't matter and all these sorts of things. And, ultimately, Matt McMahon and this program right now are proving me wrong. And they are earning your eyeballs, right? We always talk about it in sports. Sports are the ultimate. If you win, everything is good. If not, that's when things go awry. Well, look at the PMAC last night. That's because people believe in this LSU team because they give them reason to. So a ton to break down. Huge congratulations to the Tigers getting it done last night. Jake, what up, dude? How are we feeling today?
Feeling great. I think most of us, if not all of us, stayed up a little bit later and watched that game. It was a late boy. It was a late 8 o'clock tip. But, yes, because they're winning, they're getting the eyeballs, but I know we'll get into it. But also the grit and the fight and not quitting. And they were down again at halftime. It's like every time they get down recently, they find a way to come back. Now, they haven't finished all of those, but still, you can appreciate the fight.
Alondra, what's up? How are we doing today? Drinking a Red Bull? What is that, a cherry Red Bull?
No, it's watermelon.
Okay, great.
It's really good. I don't know if you've ever had it, but it's really good.
You two disgust me. Watermelon Red Bull, and what, you have green apple Nos the other day, Taylor?
That was like
watermelon Red Bull is acceptable. Green apple Nos is absolutely insane.
It's funny. Alondra,
I agree. Sure. It is a little
Alondra hates everything but like the stuff she drinks, so that's fine. I like the green apple.
I mean, I'm not going to fully support you watermelon Red Bull, but you're right. It's not on the same
It's not
level.
green apple
we looked at the can after the show. It was Sonic Sour was the name of the brand, okay? So get it right.
Even better, my bad.
Yeah.
Sonic
come
Sour
on, dude.
Nos.
Show some respect.
How you feeling, Dave? Seems like you're feeling pretty good, dude. Feeling pretty hot.
Wait, to answer your question, though, I'm tired because that 8 p.m. tip-off is, ridiculous.
That's how it goes.
I would like to protest.
Up a little late,
no,
knowing I've kind of always liked it a little bit. Like it's an excuse.
I didn't get home. I didn't get home till like 11:30.
Here we go, hooting and soaring, baby, hooting and soaring here on this Thursday. Taylor, you're gonna let us know how you're feeling. I'm sure throughout the show, as not only we have a game last night, we have a Pelicans game breakdown. We have softball, baseball coming up today, so a ton to get to. But let's talk about this LSU basketball team. Like I said, back-to-back top 20 wins for the boys. And the toughness of this team, both in the games themselves, but also when I look at this last 3-game series, that is the word. Like Jake said, grit, toughness. For the third game in a row, they go down, big 15-20 and find a way to fight back against a ranked team. And now they won the last 2. And that's what I love is that this if we go back, what is it now, a week and a half to that Florida game where you go down 20, you come all the way back, and then you kind of let it slip away at the end on the road in Gainesville. And then right after that, you're staring down a road trip to South Carolina at home versus Kentucky. That should have turned to 3 losses in a row. Absolutely. Especially when you consider the fact that you once again got down 15 at South Carolina and then 15 again at the beginning of the second half last night. And yet, that toughness that they showed you at the beginning of the year starts to carry forward night in, night out, and instead of what looked like 2 absolute for sure losses on the schedule, instead you make them 2 massive program momentum creating wins.
The first SEC team to ever win 1-point games against back-to-back ranked opponents.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so the way they're doing it is pretty cool to do it by 1 point both times. And South Carolina win, I guess, if you look at it, the analytics of it, it was technically a better win because it was on the road. South Carolina was 12th in the country, I believe, at the time. But anytime you can beat Kentucky in the SEC,
it means something.
It's going to mean something. And I know they were a top 20 basketball team. They weren't as high as South Carolina. It was at home. But still, beating Kentucky after Kentucky had gone into the jungle and beaten Auburn.
Yep.
The only loss that they've had in that building this year. They also beat Ole Miss before that, so they were kind of trending in the right direction. And you're right. I mean, they were up 15. They had a 94.4% chance to win the game, Kentucky did. And you erased that. And it was 16 against South Carolina. And it was 20 against Florida. And just think how close they were to closing out the Florida game. I mean, that's a ranked team that took Alabama to overtime on the road last night. We broke down their schedule yesterday, T. They're 14-12, 6-7 in conference, and in a conference that right now is projected to get 9 teams in the NCAA tournament. I don't want to get too excited here, but you have very winnable games in every game you have left here down the stretch. Mississippi State at home, Georgia at home, Vandy on the road, Arkansas on the road, Mizzou at home. Let's talk crazy here just for a little bit. Let's say that you win 5 games in a row.
Yeah.
Of the 5 you have left, and you're 19-12, and you've got a record in the SEC that sits at 11-7.
Ooh, I mean, Would you make? Would that?
No, they're in the tournament.
That's automatically in.
They're
right?
in the tournament if they do. Now, winning those games in a row, we know that can be very difficult. Maybe even if you win 4 of those, 4 of the 5, and then win.
Where do you view the bubble marker?
I think 4 or 5.
Okay.
Win an SEC tournament game, and you've got a real chance. Like, think about where this team was.
That's wild.
To where they possibly could go because of these 2 wins. Now, they've also got some nice wins in non-conference. Like, Wake Forest looks like they might be a tournament team as well. You were able to get them. Man, there's a couple of games you look at on their schedule. Like, if you could just found a play here or there, but still, they have an opportunity. They have a chance to still make the NCAA tournament, which even 2 weeks ago would have been a complete joke.
And especially after that Florida game the other night, right? Felt farther away than ever when you look at the schedule. But you mentioned some of the missed opportunities of earlier on in the season, Jake, and I agree. Like, as a fan or a spectator, it's impossible not to kind of go back and rue some of those moments. But it is the old Rascal Flats theory, right? You had to go through those moments. Like, that is the broken road that then led you to having the toughness to pull off something like the South Carolina and the Kentucky wins back to back. So that's kind of the overarching view of this team and where it stands in the NCAA as a whole right now. Let's talk about like the game last night itself. I thought that Terrell Ward just continues to play fantastically, obviously. I was looking it up because it seems like every big game, because that's really what I've been checking in, like he's always showing up. He's shooting nearly 44% from 3 this year. But I loved the play of it, and it's funny because it was kind of an off night. But Jordan Wright last night, 38 very tough minutes. Was not falling for him. And fittingly, even in the final play, did not fall for him, right? Got shut down, but what'd he do? Kept playing, kept fighting, and just found a way to make a play. He gets blocked. He keeps it alive, throws it in front of the rim. Ward is there. Next thing you know, you have one of the more interesting game winners we've ever seen. Taylor, what was your take on how LSU achieved the win last night?
Man, I enjoyed it. You know, it was one of those games where you felt so deflated as a fan going into halftime because I thought LSU outplayed Kentucky at half, and then you're like, man, that was our best half of basketball, and you're down 9. And then they come out and hit back-to-back threes. Now you're down 15. And then after that, they just flipped the switch, and they were like, we're not going to lose this basketball game. They went on a 15-2 run after falling down 15. They came back to tie the game. It was impressive. The thing I love the most, what have we talked about all season? They allow so many offensive rebounds and second chance opportunities. Only 9 offensive rebounds. And Kentucky is a pretty good rebounding team. I mean, that's what they do. They rebound really well. They played really good defense the last couple of games. And T-Bub, you mentioned Tyrell Ward. I think he's the most important player on this entire team. He is by far your best three-point shooter on a team that doesn't have a ton of good three-point shooters. Yeah. And even last night was an off night as far as the team shooting threes a little bit. But, I mean, when you needed a big one, he hit back-to-back big ones early in the game, then hit one in the second half. He obviously hit the game winner. I mean, he's becoming a complete basketball player. Last year he was raw, right? Everybody was like, why is he not playing? He's the 5-star. He's like the only commit from the Will Wade era that held his commitment to LSU. Why is he not playing more? He was a little raw when he got in there. Even this year, they're like, okay, he's a 3-and-D guy. He's a guy that's going to hit the corner 3. Now, I mean, you saw it last night. He's jumping up for rebounds. He's driving the lane. He's dishing it out to his teammates. The sky is the limit for him as far as athleticism. I mean, this is a 6'8", 6'9" wing who can shoot. And if he gets a post game, I mean, watch out because he was phenomenal last night, and he has been in multiple big games.
Well, and it's interesting you mentioned kind of being the big recruit and then the climb that it takes to get to this point, and then to have a moment like that last night had to feel very validating. And it was really cool to see Angel Reese right there celebrating with him during the court storm and pumping him up. It looked like the old Draymond KD gif, where she was basically just telling, like, look, you've been working to this. You know, this is your time. You earned this. And that is that applies to this whole LSU program. Again, they are earning the success that they are now seeing. They have earned it the hard way in terms of having a full PMAC that was loud and intimidating, where the students are clearly saying STTDB on the TV no matter what song is playing. Like LSU created that When really, I mean, very public voices, me chief among them, me number one, basically just said, ignore them. They're not worth it. They don't mean anything. And all they did in the background was continue to work, continue to just get better. And even in this season, day by day. And I just love it's impossible not to appreciate that kind of grindy effort paying dividends. Other stats, you mentioned the offensive boards in the post game. Matt McMahon brought up the assist-to-turnover ratio. Kentucky was one of the better teams in the entire country.
23rd in the country.
You hold them to just 9 assists, 13 turnovers.
They didn't even shoot a free throw in the first half.
Kentucky?
Yeah.
They seem you did a very good job of making them just make shots.
Yeah.
And they made him, but yeah, some really solid. I mean, look, that was a team that was averaging 89 a game. You obviously held them under that. They were first in the country 3-point percentage. You hold them just 8 fast break points. So transition defense, it was just a
fourth in shot blocking defense.
Fantastic.
Which we were kind of getting stuffed a little bit in the first half.
Yeah, they're bigger.
I would have to kind of, they're really they were. I don't know. I'm gonna kind of have to disagree a little bit on saying that that was LSU's best first half of basketball. It was a little sloppy toward the end of the first half. Kentucky went on an 11-0 run to end the half.
I think that's what McMahon said. He said last 3 minutes of the first half and first minute of the second half, he felt like the team was disconnected.
Yeah.
And that was the only time. But to Taylor's point, up until those final 3 minutes, they were really solid. And that's where kind of the discouragement came in.
The thing is, I hated LSU's offensive approach in the first half. As good as I thought they played, they settled for way too many threes. They were not falling for them. And early in the game, they were falling. That's how they kind of got into that 9-point deficit at halftime. The threes weren't falling. They were not driving the lane.
Yeah.
You saw it in the second half. Jordan Wright, Tyrell Ward, they were much more aggressive driving to the basket.
Reed driving, I feel like,
and he's a guy that doesn't really do that. You know, he's a back to the basket kind of guy, turn around a mid-range jumper. His aggressiveness, he was big. He had double digits last night. It was a completely different team in terms of aggressiveness in the second half, and that's something we haven't seen. I mean, we've talked about it. It's like LSU fights back in ball games, but down the stretch, they get out physical, they get out rebounded and all that, and that's why they've lost these close games. Last night, you kind of flipped it, right? You were out. You were not aggressive going into halftime, if you will, but you flipped it and you came out on fire in the second half. Even though they hit those 2 big back-to-back threes, after that, you turned it around and you basically said, we're not losing this basketball game, and it paid off for you.
Yeah, and then you have Reeves and Dillingham, their top scorers, getting in foul trouble early, so they were out for a minute.
Yeah.
And whenever they're out, I don't know who was picking up their scoring.
Well, and then, Dillingham, that second half, too, felt like...
And you want to talk about toughness? Hannibal is...
Trey Hannibal's like the monster... muscle hamster. Doug Martin, remember him? That's how he's built.
Yes, hell yeah, Doug. I remember.
Doug Martin played for the Tampa Bay Bucks.
A lot of fantasy owners.
Muscle hamster. That's how he's built. And, man, he is, last night, him on the boards. That's probably the reason why you won the game. And he's listed at 6'2".
Yeah,
he ain't 6'2".
Well, you were talking about the boards last night.
7 assists.
If you go South Carolina and Kentucky, he has 20 rebounds in those games combined.
Yeah.
He had 12 against South Carolina. He had 8 last night. And he's 6'1".
Coach McMahon talked about him probably more than anybody yesterday when we talked with him.
What great timing, too, by you, Jake, lining up the Matt McMahon interview in between the best run of LSU basketball that we've seen now in a couple of years. So really, really fantastic. And look, Saturday night, man, pack out the PMAC. Like Jake just told you, there's actual legitimate tournament opportunity here. And you got 3 of 4 at home. And you'd be crazy to think that the crowd did not play a role in last night's win because especially when you've gone through. Now, I don't know that I have any great firsthand perspective with what this feels like, Jake, because it's not something that we would have experienced. But just I don't think it's hard to imagine putting yourself in their shoes, what it feels like to have played in some of the crowds that you would have been playing against a month or 2 ago, and then be playing last night where you got a full 15K in that bill and it's rocking and rolling. The difference is the gulf is vast. It's kind of hard to, I think, adequately describe how much better it must feel now for them. And so this Saturday night, they got Georgia, they got Mississippi State Saturday night, and then Georgia Tuesday night.
That's a big boy because Mississippi State in the Ken Palm is 33rd right now in the country. So and that's a big one. If you can get that one, the other teams.
I was gonna say after Mississippi State,
it slidens up a little bit.
Yeah.
But Mississippi State's the one. That's the one that you need. Like they're also like right
quad
there.
One if you're 33, right?
Yeah, it'd be a quad one.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't really know much at all about
Mississippi State if they have in between
tournament analytics. I know you do. I know you all talk a lot about it too on off campus and everything. I can't believe that we're even having this conversation though.
Yeah, because Mississippi State 18-8 on the year. They're 7-6 in conference play. They're kind of where you're trying to get to. They had a win against Ole Miss last night. They pulled away. They've won 4 games in a row. They've beaten the teams that you have left still on your schedule: Georgia, Mizzou, Arkansas. So it's a team that if you get that victory, that's the one that down the road maybe could put you over the top.
And again, the fact that Jake can even lay this out and it's an actual possibility is a testament to so much hard work that has gone on when nobody was watching, or when a-holes like me were actively telling you that it was not worth watching. So congratulations to Matt McMahon and the boys for a magical little run here. Just can't believe it all happens after that insanely disappointing Florida loss. That's great. All right. When we get back, we'll get to your comments on the game last night, and then look, we got to preview baseball, we got to preview Pelicans, we got to preview softball. There's a lot to get to today. Got Coach Jay Johnson coming at 9 a.m. Beth Torina at 8 a.m. Keep it locked here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
K to Z window coverings, KTOZblinds.com. Hit up Brandon Barton today and figure out how K to Z's been so successful. Brandon's been, so he took it over. So his mom kind of had this as a side thing back then. In the 90s, he gets out of college. So, we're going full out on this. And here we sit over 20 years later, and K to Z is making dreams come true every single day. Because look, what is your home but your dream, right? It's what you've always wanted. It's your main asset in life. Why not maximize that with K to Z? You don't even realize the impact the great window coverings can have, both functionally and aesthetically, in terms of maximizing the enjoyment of your home. Get in touch with them today, KTOZblinds.com.
Go to KTZblinds.com today and schedule that consultation. Come out to your house, know your space, know better than you do, and it's going to be a quick, easy process. K2Zblinds.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
$17,500 off new Ram 1500 trucks. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart...
Join me for a Thursday edition of the Hunt Palmer Show, presented by Rouse's LSU Kentucky recap with Chris Blair and Joe Healy from D1 Baseball talking baseball. Hunt Palmer Show, 1 to 3 weekdays, 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Happening, y'all. Welcome back. OTB. Oh, crap. Forgot to bring up the YouTube chat. I'll do that right now. So some of your comments.
Real quick.
Yeah.
We'll see where Mississippi State ends up in the Ken Palm after their win last night. If they stay at 33, now that looking the game is in Baton Rouge, that would be a quad 2 victory. But if they move up into the top 30, that would make it a quad 1 victory.
Okay.
Now, if the game was in Starkville, it wouldn't matter because then it's a top 50 if you're playing in their building. But since it is in Baton Rouge, if they stay there, which they might not. I mean, Ole Miss obviously is going to help. Ole Miss was I believe, a last 4 in the latest bracketology. Then it would, it'd be a quad 1 opportunity. But it's right there on the edge either way and still would help your resume.
Gold South says T-Bob loves national cell phone outages, has a legit excuse not to text anyone back. Yeah, in case you're wondering, did you pay your bill, something else? It appears I'm suffering it. I don't know why. Like Taylor, you're not. We both have AT&T. I don't know. Whatever.
I'm not, and I have AT&T.
And I've seen some headlines that it's actually 3 different carriers. So I don't know. Some people are suffering outages for some reason. If you don't worry, I don't think you forgot to pay your bill or anything. So looks like it's going to be Wi-Fi day, boys. And sorry to all the Android users. Apple's evil plan has worked. I was I'm trying to text our guy, Lynn, my favorite guy in the world, Lynn Rollins, to get him on today at 7:30, and I can't even do it because freaking green text, thanks to Apple. Anyway.
Hell, what are we doing in the year of our Lord 2024 with an Android? I'm just kidding. Don't come after me. I know that if you have an Android, you are very passionate about your Android or your Samsung phone. Those are just jokes.
The tech bros always you open that door and then you get a 20-minute diatribe about why Galaxy's actually the superior product from a technological standpoint. I'm okay, dude, sure. I don't know, man. But I'm just a slave to the stupid little blue thing. Like the blue over green and everything. It's just it's tough to get away from. All right, guys. So we have Pelicans returning to action after the All-Star break. So you're saying Brandon Ingram's questionable, Taylor?
Yeah, they called it a non-COVID illness. So he's just sick. He doesn't have
Everybody's
an injury
sick,
or anything.
Dude.
Yeah,
he doesn't
have an injury. He's probably going to play. The only one that's out is Dyson Daniels. We know about like the left knee issues. He said he's been out the last couple games before the All-Star.
Yeah, meniscus tear, right?
Yeah.
Am I crazy? Did Zion miss the last game for the All-Star break or the second last?
No, so it was the one before.
Okay, second last.
Yeah, second
So he's
to
good.
last.
He'll be good to go tonight.
Yeah, he's not on the injury report.
So Pels looking to continue the nice streak in which you ended, which, look, you maybe weren't beating the best teams, but you were beating teams in different ways. A couple of games with great defense, one where you had to have overwhelming offense, and you survived franchise record shooting levels. And now you got the Rockets, who are, not awful, but no.
They're a better basketball team than people probably thought, but also they're 5-21 away from their own building.
Okay.
Much better at home. I mean, they're 24-30 overall, so completely different basketball team at home. They've lost their last 6 road games, so you get them in the blender. That is a big positive for you.
Yeah, I feel like the blender should be. I feel like it should be pretty good tonight as well.
Yeah.
How they entered the All-Star break, everybody getting a little bit of time. Thursday night's a great basketball night. Kick off the weekend with some fun.
This should be your biggest rival.
Should be your biggest rival, actually.
With how close it is.
True.
It's just they've been so bad.
Who could forget when Boogie tore his freaking Achilles against the Rockets?
When they've been good with like Chris Paul, James Harden, you were really bad. So it's like if these two teams could be good at the same time, it could be a great rivalry.
But yeah, the chance to make it 4 in a row tonight for the Pels. What are y'all most excited for, though? You got baseball starting at 2 p.m., softball 6 p.m. Pels are what? Probably 7:30.
Pels are 7.
Pels are 7. What are y'all most pumped to watch tonight?
Gage jump. No, I was telling you the other day, T-Bob.
Well, you can do both, thankfully. That's going to be a 2.
Don't be surprised if he becomes your Friday night guy come SEC play. They did this with Thatcher Hurd a year ago, and it's a similar thing. They're both coming from UCLA. They're both coming off of an injury. You kind of worked Hurd in. 1 inning here, 2 innings here, and then the last series before SEC play started, he was in your starting rotation.
Did they So did they announce that he is starting today?
Yeah, so he's Thursday.
There it is. Okay, I see it. Yeah, we got Thursday, Thatcher Hurd against Stony Brook on Friday, Luke Coleman in Game 3, and then Game 4 of TBD.
It'll probably be Javen Coleman.
I did not realize. I'm excited too now. That might actually be the most interesting thing on the docket today, given that getting to see an extended Gage jump outing from 1 inning. I mean, how many innings do you let him go, do you think?
They said 40, 45 pitches.
Okay, 45 pitches. Okay.
I think up to 55.
Yeah, he said, 45 to 55.
So Gage, it's up to you, sir.
It depends on his pitch count, but 4 innings, 55 pitches?
Well, I mean, hey, if he's going 4 innings, and I'd say that's pretty.
That's very
efficient. Say we're doing well.
Say
we're doing well.
I would say expect 3.
Yeah, I would say 3 maybe be the goal.
I was leaning 3-ish.
What are you almost excited for?
I mean, I like
Gage jump's a good answer.
Gage jump is a really good answer. I don't want to take it, so I'm going to say softball because they're undefeated right now, ranked number 6, and Tiger Park is a lot of fun. So I might head over there. Who knows?
I was going to go tonight, but I think I'm actually going to a little Cirque du Soleil for my daughter's birthday.
Is there Cirque du Soleil here?
Apparently.
At the River Center, right?
I had no idea.
Yeah. Going down all weekend. Tickets still available. Go grab some ticks.
They don't do animals anymore, right?
I
they don't bring
I think it's more like acrobatic.
I don't
I've
think that's allowed anymore.
That was one of my family's favorite things to do growing up.
Go to circus?
Go to Cirque du Soleil specifically.
I've never gone.
I don't remember in any of the shows I've been to. I don't remember any animals kind of ever. Actually,
I don't either.
Mm.
It's just always insane
acrobatic trapeze.
Also, like
stuff, right?
clowns that maybe make you uncomfortable when you're a little kid and kind of freak you out a little bit.
Yeah.
Katie took me to Vegas for an Elvis one time for my
I've heard
birthday.
I heard that one's very fun.
Happy birthday to my wife,
Happy
Katie.
birthday, Katie.
Happy birthday, Katie.
Hey. 29 yet again.
29. How that happens.
Yes. Sorry, I got distracted by a text because women's basketball's at 8 also against Auburn tonight, looking for a little revenge. Against a team that they lost to. Like, I'm fascinated to see how that's going to go. Our cup overfloweth.
I love having games on during my afternoon show.
Yeah,
it just makes it feel like it just has a good little flow to it. Goes a little bit quicker.
You have a nice little undercurrent of entertainment to carry you through what can be a grindy time of day.
Like hour 5 and some change of radio that day. You need a little push sometimes.
Yeah, you're not always feeling in the pocket exactly. 2 p.m. And that's also like great, like throw it on the TV in the living room and, you know, maybe you fold some clothes, maybe go I guess my schedule's kind of weird because I'm picking up the kids from school and like kind of get done around 3. But yeah, you know, you throw it on the TV in the living room and you can kind of do stuff around the house, do whatever you need to do, check in, check out. Oh, Gage is back on the mound. Okay, I'll hop back in. It's gonna be an excellent afternoon, an excellent night of sports here in the booth. What do y'all think? What are y'all most excited for in the chat? Let us know. Yeah, I guess all I'll actually be watching is baseball, though, because I'm going to be at the circus. I'm excited. We're going for my daughter's 6th birthday.
When's her birthday?
Friday. Was it
Happy
tomorrow?
early birthday.
That's tomorrow.
Yeah, that is tomorrow.
23rd, yeah.
Happy
there you go.
birthday.
She's also 29. How crazy
Oh,
is that?
okay, wow.
Yeah, I know. That's weird.
Yeah, I got started early, huh?
Your
Well, y'all
wife
been
and
together since
mine
then,
would be the
so.
same age. Yeah, it feels like we actually could probably have a 29-year-old.
February is just a very expensive month in your house between your birthday and both your daughter's birthdays.
Yeah. It's probably like all my family spring's birthdays, but it's like a football thing, I guess, right? I mean, aren't you the same way?
All but Jackson. We messed up the first time.
Yeah, but then you said you were like never going to.
With the date, I ain't doing that no more. We are not having a September baby.
All right, when we get back, more OTB. Keep it locked. YouTube.com/1045ESPN.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge. All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge.com. That's the website. Okay, you can go check out the selection therein. All the no matter what. Look, you want okay. Did I come out shot across about luxury SUVs yesterday? I did. I did. Okay, but I'm a minivan believer. But if you like luxury SUVs, the Sequoia is really tight. Objectively, it's pretty tight. It's not a Murdoch Mini. It's pretty tight. You know what I love though, Jake? The new Sienna, the hybrid factor. And it wasn't even something that I really like thought about it buying it. I was just like, I have to get it. You know, I had to get a new car, so I just got one.
Right.
30 miles to a gallon, bro. That feels pretty damn good, Bo. Especially in this economy.
Yet again, yesterday we had a meeting. I wasn't sure where to go. What did I find? The Murdered Out Mini.
Yep.
Got me where I needed to go. AllStarToyotaBatonRouge.com.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the JimsFirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the JimsFirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
There's never been a better time to catch a John Deere deal from the crew of Sunshine. Ask us about our low monthly payment options on our tractor packages and let the good times roll. With equipment strong enough to power one of the world's largest celebrations, we've got your needs covered too. Learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Offer ends April 30th, 2024.
Was a humid day, barefoot children play, looking for that summer shade. Time just slips away. Oh, Louisiana, some kind of hold on me. Like cypress stumps, your roots are planted deep inside of me.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs, even in the case of an after-hours emergency. The light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Yo, Jake here from my friends over at Community Steel Company located in Gonzales, Louisiana. The local place you can turn to for all of your metal building needs. Notice I said local, not Houston, not Dallas, not Atlanta, but right here in Gonzales. Visit them at their brand new state-of-the-art website at communitysteelco.com or pick up the phone and give them a call today to answer all of your questions on your metal buildings, roofing and sheet metal, and any other steel needs.
Matt Moscona inviting you to join us for Thursday's AFR. We're recapping LSU, Kentucky, getting you set for the women's home game against Auburn, and a little LSU baseball out at the box. Join us 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Ooh, looking like a little keyboard to get the people going. What's happening, y'all? Welcome back. They played a keyboard, or is this a keytar?
No, it's keyboard. Eddie Van Halen is a very underrated keyboard player.
I wish it was a guitar, though.
I know.
That'd be a little...
Guitar, like the country, right?
Yeah. Oh, my God. Taylor said 2 things today that made me laugh. Legitimately. Yeah. 2 things.
Are you okay?
I don't know.
I
don't know.
Do you
I
have
don't
a
like
fever?
It. You said something very funny before the show.
And you call it cutter anyway.
Oh, no.
I was telling you, I was like, you would have eaten this up because yesterday during Ask the Bench, somebody was like, what war would you fight in? And then I was like, Cold War. And then Jake just looked at me. And then you were like, that's the answer. And I'm like, yeah, well, I'll just sit there and talk crap to Russia through email. Like, what else am I supposed to do? I was like, I'd much rather do that than like hide behind a bunker.
Oh man, that is funny, dude.
What war would you have served in?
No, I think Taylor nailed it. I don't want to. I mean, warfare's horrifying to me.
Okay, if we pick actual battle Grenada, if that was like a day and a half.
If it's like, you know, you got to do what you got to do. You get drafted, sure. I'm going to do everything else in the generation that my generation's doing. I would never actively choose to be in any war front ever.
I said I dodged the draft.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. I mean, that would be stuff that you would really have to, you know.
Yeah.
A lot of people would say that they won it, and then.
No, I will openly admit that I would dodge the draft 100%.
Not me. I'm Cold War, guys. I'm on the front lines.
Exactly. I'm just emailing. I'm just emailing Russia.
Oh my God. The answer is World War II. Greatest generation.
They get blown up in like 2 seconds.
Yeah,
as soon as you
also
step
the
out
war
there.
that killed more human, like just more human beings than anything ever.
Your country needed you.
Every war. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If it comes down to that, again, I feel like, you know, I'll do like everybody has to do. It's the old quote from the World War I movie where They Should Not Grow Old, where Peter Jackson restored all that footage. One of the best things I've ever seen. It's like time travel basically. But they have this old British man who's like, you know, we had a job to do, so we just gone and went. We just gone and did it. And it was like, yeah. So like I agree with that logic. But if you're asking me where would I place myself, nah.
No, yeah, because like
not
if you had to go fight, you would.
Not in the Pacific Theater, not in the European. Yeah. I'm not placing myself anywhere except for an office reading Russian like communiques.
Yep.
I can see you as a navigator on a B-17.
I can see myself being like a spy of sorts.
Can you imagine how terrifying flying, and it is simultaneously terrifying, but also if just from a military appreciation standpoint, kind of incredible and insanely cool. But like this idea that you have a bomber that is the target of all the enemy planes.
Yep.
So then you have all of your own little smaller fighters protecting the bomber. You got anti-air. So basically it's like a rugby match in the air where everybody's trying to scrum forward and like carry this football across the line. Again, in much more serious terms, but just strategically, that is always been very insane to me.
All the B-17s would take off, and they had their own defense. I mean, they had a gun basically everywhere.
Yeah,
both sides,
is that the
top,
Flying
the
Fortress?
back.
Is that what you're talking about? Is that what they used to call that?
The bubble. They were bombers, but they
Yeah,
had
but
the
they
guns
called it like
everywhere.
the Flying
yeah.
Fortress or something, right?
Like every part of it.
Yeah.
And like the Navigator was such a huge part. I mean, obviously there's like no GPS or anything, and like would have the map in the middle of the plane, and he's also got to be a gunner too, though. And just he would have to tell you exactly like what path you're on. So he's over there with different charts and different instruments to try to figure out exactly where to go. He's drawing lines and all the way, hey, we need you on this gun.
Bruh, and then it's like, I don't even like turbulence. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and this thing's getting shot up.
Oh, the flanks, like
you just
like I
taking
need a
bullets
Xanax to get on a
constantly.
plane.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, no. Planes and boats, ideally, again, if we're playing the game of, you were in it and you got to go, I would never, planes and boats I do not like. It feels too out of control to me. Submarine, the absolute most terrifying. That's all of my like triggers, just
especially
wrapped in
if,
one
like,
thing.
Submarine is much
Ocean
more
Gate made
terrifying
it.
than anything.
We
Just
went into
feeling
a
pressure.
submarine in Aruba on our honeymoon. We got to go in one.
Not quite the same.
It is the same.
But,
It's an actual submarine. It's the same thing.
I didn't get on that either.
Hey, we went about 250 feet down. So
Really?
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying, nah,
Ooh,
bro.
we almost got Titan submersible, bro.
It was good. It was fun.
For real.
I ain't trusting no Aruba tour
Right?
No.
You don't like Turbulence? Great movie. I actually don't remember that movie. Ooh, by the way, Dune 2. Have you seen the reviews on Dune 2, bro?
Yes, 97%.
Ooh, boy, Dune 2 is starting to look pretty damn good. Bilbo says confirmed he was Control Freak. No, it's about like, because it's maybe I don't know the stats. Maybe you're actually in less danger. I doubt it, but maybe you're actually in less danger being a land war. But I grew up on land. I know land, right? If I'm on land, I can run over there. I can run 100 yards away. Even if it's illogical and I'm going to die because I shouldn't do it, I can. There's something about the boat or the plane where you can't. That's what freaks me out. Like you
can't go anywhere.
Yeah,
like
you
you're
can't go
literally
anywhere.
stuck.
You're all
there.
in.
Yeah.
Your chips are all in.
That's the thing about being
Your
on a
boat
plane.
gets hit by a torpedo. What are you going to do?
Yeah. Go in the ocean.
Oh, terrifying.
I hate planes. And I refuse to go. My friends always try to convince me to go on a cruise. I will not go on a cruise.
Oh, I love a cruise.
I
I
think a cruise could definitely be fun. You just got to drink the anxiety away.
See, but I feel like I'd get
Just
sick.
keep drinking.
Nah, you wouldn't.
Nah, they're so big, right? I mean, I don't feel you probably wouldn't get most sick. I don't feel like.
Nah, even my full-backed brain can handle a cruise.
You
And
believe?
I can't even
Yeah,
handle
that's
like
true.
rides at an amusement park.
You best believe I'm gonna be on a Disney cruise sometime with them kids.
I'm shocked you haven't.
I know, right?
And if your kids make the trip, I'll be shocked too.
Okay, relax. I love
You and
Disney,
Caitlin.
but it is through the lens of my
Bruh.
children. I am
It
not
is
full Disney
okay.
adult. When
It
I
is
get older,
okay to be a Disney adult.
When I get older, will I
No,
maybe
it's not.
visit Epcot with
Yeah,
just
it
me and my
is.
wife
It's
a couple times? Yeah, I might. Okay, I love Epcot. I
It
love
is-
beers.
it is-
Drinking around the world.
I love it's my
It
favorite
is
thing in the
okay
world.
to be a Disney adult.
When we get back, close at hour one of OTB.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Get Gordon and get it done. 225-888-8888. The G team got a new member, and it's one of your favorite. It's one of your favorite LSU baseball players, Alex Milazzo. And I would really recommend going on social media, going on Instagram, follow him at Get Gordon, and watch the sit down where now they've edited up the video. You can watch the whole thing if you want to find it. It's out there. But it's all about Gordon and Alex kind of brainstorming ways to give back to the community, right? How do we make this deal into something more? How can we get exposure on something that you're passionate about, helping others out? And it's really indicative of kind of the mission statement behind everything you do at Gordon, which is to give back to the community and fight for you and get you what you deserve. Get Gordon, get it done. 225-888-8888.
GetGordon.com is the website. See what they can do for you in the courtroom. Get Gordon is a handle on social media to see what they can do in the community, because they're always doing something in the community. Your area code in Louisiana, followed by 888-8888. Get Gordon and get it done.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Bayou Ford has new 23 Ford F-150 STX trucks for only $39,995. $39,995 plus 1.9% financing for 72 months. And all new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
When it comes to ending cancer, we push forward, always working together for you. That's why our cancer experts at Ochsner have clinically integrated with MD Anderson Cancer Center. This means advanced cancer care, including access to life-saving clinical trials and integrating care to treat the whole you. Introducing Ochsner MD Anderson Cancer Center. Long live you.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps are held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Wow, wow. Welcome back. Hope you're all having a great day. It's a great day to be a Tiger, dude. It's kind of crazy. You almost have to pinch yourself. I mean, if the basketball team's actually going to be good, right? Like,
or if you're from the 318, pinch yourself.
Yeah, pinch. Give me a pinch, man. That was my favorite on my Western reference. Hi, man. Let me get a little pinch. Let me pinch that. But I mean, okay, let's just play with fantasies here on this Thursday. You're going to tell me that the basketball team, like if they make the tournament, the men's team, you have a men's basketball tournament team. You have a 10-win football team that won the Heisman. You have a national championship baseball team. You have a national championship women's basketball team. You have a softball squad that's ranked 6th. I don't know what gymnastics ranking is off the top of my head, but they are as a national championship contender in every sense of the word. And I feel bad because I'm so overwhelmed that I don't exactly know what's going on with track and field right now. But knowing Coach Shaver, he's probably got them near the top of the country.
Jim's number 2 in the country.
There you go. Jim's up to number 2 in the country. I've seen tennis been doing. It's just like it is crazy. Whatever there is such a quality of coaches at every level in every sport. Oh, and I mean, well, you got things like beach volleyball, which I'm sure we're still incredible at. I had to check it up. It's just truly, truly blessed sports times here on this Thursday. And you got Gage Jump hitting the mound this afternoon. You got the LSU women looking for revenge against Auburn. You got
beach volleyball is number 6 in the country.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, exactly.
You know what it does, though? If you are a coach on this campus, it's a pressure, but it's also like you understand the expectation. Like, this isn't just a football school, and if we're okay at everything else, sure, that'd be nice. It's kind of a standard of excellence that Scott Woodward and staff have built with who they've hired and what they expect. And just think about everything you just noted there. Like, it's not just one sport. It's not just, 2 sports. I mean, it's not just men's. It's not just women's. It is everything. Mm-hmm. And so if you're a head coach on campus and you're not one of those things, man, you've got to really strive to be that, because that is the standard. And Scott Woodward is hiring people. LSU soccer is going to the NCAA tournament every year now. Like, they were never doing that. So this is the best time possibly ever to be an LSU fan of any sport or all sports, whatever it is.
Yeah, and it's impossible to occupy a position like Scott Woodward has and not have people have opinions of you from all over, right? Like, some people are going to like you, some are not. It's just too powerful a position for you to not run into that stuff. But, like, it's pretty good testament, right? It's pretty good. I don't know if validation's the right word. It's just, it like you said, I guess what I'm saying is, like, the AD deserves a ton of credit for that. And good on him, because a lot of people that we're talking about are also those hires. So just a blessed times. And the Pelicans are loving. I mean, that's not LSU, but the Pelicans are sitting here 11 games above 500. And the Saints got Dennis Allen and Derek Carr.
Anyways, on that note, because you just ruined the moment, LSU's women's golf team, number 4 in the country.
There we go.
Give them a shout out.
There we go.
Ingrid Lindblad, probably the top-rated golfer still. I know she was last week. Yeah.
Damn, dude, I feel bad. Ingrid Lindblad used to be a key part of the show during headlines, and no show, no love, no more, man. Shout out Ingrid. Shout out everybody. You know what's crazy is how disconnected I felt without cell phone service this morning. It's actually pathetic.
Wild, considering you don't care about that at all.
It's actually pathetic. I guess, but like when I'm driving, I'm like listening to a podcast or YouTube or just like, or like, I need to text my wife or I need to call. It's weird, man. I really did not realize how addicted I really am and how deep that addiction goes. It literally feels like when I got back on the Wi-Fi in the building, it felt like being like jacked back into the Matrix. Like I felt like I was a man adrift, and the whole interstate felt weird too. Right? There were accidents. People looked confused. Like one guy was just driving backwards. It was a weird morning, dude.
Yeah. Did you think you were like I Am Legend happened?
A little bit. I was like, is this the start of an attack?
Yeah.
I don't know. I hope not. That would be
the Russians.
That would be lame.
Your emails didn't work when you were sitting there.
All these good sports. Yeah, email, exactly. That's why I missed it, dude. Email didn't work, dude. All right, hour 2 next. We're going to kick it off with Coach Beth Torina. And we got some football to get to. Keep it locked, OTB.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Acutemp Baton Rouge, AcuTempBR.com is the website. You want that service to the highest degree. Go to Acutemp. They don't just talk, man. They walk the walk, and the reviews would speak to that. And again, when you work with them, you're gonna be like, wow, you're gonna be blown away. And that's not an AC joke. I mean that. You got a few more days left here in February. Okay. You need a whole home generator. You're ready for storm season. $1,500 off and a free surge protector. So get Acutemp out today. Give that estimate AcuTempBR.com.
You meant it a little bit though.
What's that?
The pun.
I don't hate it.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I don't hate it.
Yeah. You won't hate Acutemp either. You'll actually love them. Look at the reviews. Don't just listen to us. Listen to the reviews and that's why they have the highest rating that you will see. And T-Bob mentioned they can come out today. Get that appointment scheduled, top right corner of the website, accentbr.com.
Elevate brand visibility, ignite customer engagement with the power of radio and digital advertising combined. Guarantee Digital Media brings the two together as a trusted media partner in Louisiana for nearly a century. Claim your free digital audit at guaranteemedia.com.
Join MMR and ignite your career today. MMR is the largest electrical and instrumentation contractor in the nation, and they're seeking talented individuals to join their team. For over 3 decades, they've been headquartered right here in Baton Rouge, and they have offices all around the globe.
And MMR offers a tailored path for both professional and personal development, outstanding benefits, and a dynamic culture. So whether you're an intern, a seasoned pro, or you're just starting out, see what MMR can offer you. Apply at mmrgrp.com.
The best-kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is taking $17,500 off new 23 1500 Bighorn trucks. We're open for business in our beautiful new showroom and taking $17,500 off new Ram 1500 trucks. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial properties. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Yo, Jake here from my friends over at Community Steel Company located in Gonzales, Louisiana. The local place you can turn to for all of your metal building needs. Notice I said local, not Houston, not Dallas, not Atlanta, but right here in Gonzales. Visit them at their brand new state-of-the-art website at communitysteelco.com or pick up the phone and give them a call today to answer all of your questions on your metal buildings, roofing and sheet metal.
Good morning. It's 8 a.m. on Thursday, February 22nd. Today in Baton Rouge, it'll be a windy day with a high of 74. In hour 2 of today's show, we'll kick things off at 8 a.m. with LSU softball coach Beth Torina, and then Nick Underhill with New Orleans Football at 8:30. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel. Hour number 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Let me go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, P, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, what up, y'all? Welcome in. Hour number 2 of OTB. And every single Thursday, we kick it off with one of our favorite Coach Beth Torina, who, guys, let's give it a round of applause, guys. Woo! Congratulations. Not just an excellent Clearwater Invitational, which we'll get into, but 500 career wins now for Coach Torina. Take a moment to reflect, Coach. What did it mean to see such a massive number next to your name?
So awesome. 500 LSU wins is what it is, which is really, really cool to think about how many times we've got to suit up in the purple and gold and just, go out there and watch some of the most amazing women in the country compete. So I don't know that I've done much. I've had the best seat in the house, though, to watch all these awesome women compete. So it's been a really fun ride.
Humble as ever. Don't know that I've done much. She's 27 wins away now from becoming the school's all-time winningest coach, potentially. And Coach, did it sound like a shot when I said such a large number? I meant that congratulatory.
Yeah, I think you were just saying I'm getting old. Is that what you're saying?
That's what I want to be.
I think that's what he was trying to do, Coach.
Be painfully clear that was not my intention. It is incredible, Coach, and what a setting for it to come in, right? I mean, back-to-back walk-off victories. First against a ranked Northwestern team, then against a top 10 Oklahoma State team. How much fun was it last week in going through those battles and coming out on top?
I have goosebumps just hearing you talk about it because I'm telling you, the Oklahoma State game might have been one of my favorites of all time. It was just an incredible, gritty, come-from-behind performance for our team. Like, so cool to see our offense just continue to chip away. And then really, really cool. I mean, I'm the pitching coach, so of course I'm going to talk about that. But to see Sydney Berzon get touched up and just respond in such an incredible manner. I mean, I know you guys like the ins and outs of it, but Sydney is so talented. She was like throwing her drop ball early and it was getting hit, and she literally mid-game turned into a rise ball pitcher, which is like an impossible feat. Wow. It was really, really cool to see her do something like that.
Yeah, what was it, 4 scoreless at the end after that 5-run third? Pretty incredible. And then, like you said, the offense just finding a way.
Yeah, the offense has been just outstanding. I mean, it feels like everything we hit is on the barrel. Things are hit so hard at people, and just continuing to be relentless. I mean, they literally are just pounding away at it every game. It feels like they never let the other team come up for air.
Coach, there's nothing I loathe more than a Jefferson Pilot game back in the day at 11 a.m. That was the kickoff time. How do you feel about like 8 a.m. Central Time first pitches?
Well, that was the only way to get that game in because it was going to rain, and it did. I actually fought for the start time. I requested it because I wanted to play that game. I would have loved to play Washington and Minnesota too, but I wanted, at least one of those games. I knew the opportunity that was in front of us, so I actually asked for it, and my team was like all about it.
Hell yeah!
What time are you up for like that early first pitch? Like what's the routine? Like when's pregame meal?
Early.
I found out there was a Starbucks across the street from y'all, so that was a big plus that opened up pretty early.
Yeah, early. I mean, I think we started breakfast around 6 a.m. and that's Eastern time, so 5 a.m. here. But remember the motto this year: deal us in. So whenever, wherever, whoever, we don't care. Deal us in. We'll show up. We'll play ball.
Yeah, literally the entire the mission statement behind this team is we're all in on this thing every single week, and it's kind of crazy, Coach. You have to be. I mean, you're sitting here at 8-0, up to number 6 in the country. Impressive ranked wins already, and you look at the SEC right now. There's still 1, 2, 3, 4. You're one of 6 undefeated teams. 12 of the 14 SEC teams are ranked in the top 25 right now.
12 of the 13. Vandy doesn't play softball, so that's even more impressive.
12 of the 13.
Yeah.
Then Oklahoma and Texas are currently number 1 and 2. They're going to be there sometime soon. How do you how do you strike that balance of like, great job last week, those were awesome wins, but obviously this is just the tip of the iceberg?
Well, remind the other LSU coaches I have the toughest job on campus.
Yeah,
will you,
tell
please?
them.
Okay, so just remind everybody of that one, right? So that all the softball teams are in the top 25. No, but the other thing we've talked so much about with our team this year is just like the you versus you. Like, we're playing on a 5-inch field, not a 220-foot field. It's the 5 inches between your ears. Like, just win that battle. Like, win LSU softball. Show up the best LSU softball team we can, and our team's talented enough. We don't have to trick or gimmick or any of the things. Like, if we just play our best game, we'll be in great shape.
What about this weekend? You got the Tiger Classic. You got multiple teams coming to Baton Rouge. Kind of give us a preview maybe of the teams coming in.
Yeah, they're going to be tough. I mean, Houston's coming in at 10-1. Boise's got a strong record. Austin Peay as well. I want to say they're They also are like 7-1 somewhere in there. But everybody's had a strong start. Houston has a bunch of transfers from, Oklahoma, Tennessee, you name it. They've got a bunch of kids that are really talented, and Arizona State transfer in there. So they're going to bring it, and we're going to have to show up with our best game. But like I said, we're not worrying about them. We're worrying about LSU softball this year. Really, really focused on just our strengths and giving them our best game.
Deal us in. And I haven't checked the weather. I feel like it's probably going to be fantastic. It's been so nice all week. Am I right? Was it going to be a good night tonight? Tiger Park tonight.
Best weekend.
There we go.
Best weekend we've had in a while. So
hell yes.
It's like a great weekend to get your vitamin D and come on out.
I agree. And look, you got plenty of opportunity tonight at 6 p.m. against Boise State. Friday, 4 p.m. against Boise. And then again, 6:30, lining up with Houston on Saturday. Houston at 4 and Austin Peay at 6:30. So a ton of opportunity. Get your friends, get the fam out there. Chill in Tiger Park. Watch this top 10 ranked softball team do battle. This overwhelming offense. Like you said, finding a way defensively on the mound. Whatever it takes to win. Coach, cannot congratulate you enough on 500 wins here at LSU. It is truly spectacular. And thank you for coming on. And best of luck this weekend.
Hey, let me mention one more thing really quick.
Yes.
Allie Waldjasper will be in the park tonight. She's a coach at Boise State who's one of the best to ever wear the purple and gold, 3-time All-American. She'll be in the park tonight. We'll be honoring her pregame, so that'll be another cool thing if people want to come out and see her as well. She is a Tiger legend in my book.
Hell yes, dude. A little pageantry to go along with a little battle. It does not get better than that. So 6 p.m. tonight in Tiger Park. You can make a whole afternoon out of it, right? You want to go to the box at 2, Tiger Park at 6. It's all there for you on campus today. Coach, thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate you.
Absolutely. Coach. 500 wins, 27 wins away from passing up Coach Yvette Girard and becoming LSU's all-time winningest coach. Really incredible, man. But, it's crazy because what a brutal what have you done for me lately sport when every single team is ranked. I had no idea that Vandy didn't play softball. So literally 12 of the 13.
Yeah,
and if you add Oklahoma and Texas in, it's just everybody.
Yeah, I mean,
it's
the fact that you're going to have 14 of 15 if it was the new SEC and the top teams in the country as well. Like,
the hardest job. She's not wrong. I mean, like, SEC baseball's hard, SEC football's hard, but actually...
When you got the entire conference, how would you like to be the one team?
Yeah, bro, what's going on, dude? That's Ole Miss?
So, I'm looking it up right now. I was curious to see what their record is. Ole Miss isn't ranked, but they're 9-1.
Ah, there you go.
And the first game they lost, it was the first one of their year, so they're on a 9-game winning streak. They're not bad either.
That's crazy, man. Good luck to Coach Torina and company, Tiger Park. I'm hoping to make it out there for one of those games this weekend with the girls for sure. All right, when we get back, LSU building a monster offensive line. More coming up next. OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
All-Star Toyota BatonRouge.com. All-Star Toyota BatonRouge.com. Go there today. And you can hit schedule service, okay? I keep talking about the service center. It's because, great deal here. You mentioned OTB, T-Bob, Jake, whatever. You get $100 towards the deductible. But it's because I love the service center. It's so easy. It's a free professional estimate, right? Walk-ins are welcome as well if you want. The text lines, the text line of communication is incredible. It's not automated. These are human beings responding constantly to you. You can call, whatever. They don't make any big decisions that you staying abreast of the situation. You make the final calls and everything. They got the shuttle service to pick you up and drop you off. They got rental cars right there on site. They got factory parts. It's the absolute best. Also, Toyota Baton Rouge.
You got spring break coming up here probably in the next couple of weeks, and maybe it's even later. Maybe it's in April. Whatever. It doesn't matter when it is. Get that Toyota rented, reserved, whatever you need. Sienna, Sequoia, everything is available for your trip. All-Star Toyota BatonRouge.com.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the JimsFirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the JimsFirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
There it is, the extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further. Like vans customized for work or play. With safety and tech to keep you connected. supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared toward seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Speaking of Step Brothers.
I'm going to save it with the solo. I mean, as great of a song as this is, that's the only thing I think about now when I hear it.
And I can sing high like this.
He goes, you don't even look good when you sing. $14 a month for voice lessons, and this is what we get.
$1,400.
Yeah, $1,400.
$1,400 a month, and this is what we get.
And then they almost crashed the car.
And then they just keep going right back to singing right after.
Yeah. Whoa. So I just saw this story, Jake. It sounded like y'all talked about it on Off Campus yesterday, maybe, because you knew the exact number. So I didn't. So I thought this was new news, but maybe it came out late yesterday. I missed it. But athletes can officially start opting in to the new NCAA football game. And it's over 11,000 athletes. Somebody get a calculator out. What's 11,000 times 600?
So every scholarship player, so the 85 scholarship players on all 134 FBS teams will get offered $600.
$6.6 million.
Okay, that's
Not
actually
much.
not as high as that's a big number, but not as high of a number as I originally thought.
So 2 commas is million, right?
That's a weird way
Like
to ask
6
that.
It's a 6 million.
It's a 7-digit
And
number.
actually, if it's single millions, it's 7 digits.
So
Yes.
7 digits.
So 11,000 times 600 is getting us
how much?
Yeah, 6.6 million.
Okay, 6. Yeah, that makes sense. That's actually quite easy.
Again,
math.
That's
actually not. That's not crazy. That's not as crazy as sounded. But
not how much you're going.
You
to
opt
make.
in. You opt in, and you'll get $600, and you get a copy of the game.
Yep.
Which will save you about $120.
And again, I mean, come on, bro. What edition are you buying if it's $120?
I mean, I just feel like it's going to cost that much.
It's
People are going to buy it.
No, I'm saying.
I'm still going to buy it.
But hold on. Because now you're in my realm.
I'm going to have to buy 4 versions.
If you are talking about video game pricing, now you're in my realm, Taylor. Where are you getting $120 from? Explain this to me. Because, I mean, yes, maybe if they have like, the Ultimate Return Goat Edition and you get like a houndstooth fedora or maybe you get like a little Miss Debbie cream pie or like a bobblehead of Nick Saban or something.
He just told you I'm the captain now, Taylor.
Maybe you get like 3 days early access or something. So I'm not saying there can't be a $120 SKU out there, but are you trying to say that the base game will be $120?
I don't think it'll be far off. No, 120 is a stretch, but I mean, I'm thinking it's going to be about $85.
You're off the mark here. The question is, will it be 70 or 60? Because that's the number now. Games are trying to price themselves at $70, which
am I crazy? Like $74.99 for some.
There will always be enhanced editions. Immortal edition. Get this armor set. Get the game. Get access to the game 2 days early. Like.
Just set your clock on your thing like Deb does.
They're always
to be New Zealand time.
Well, no, that would work. That doesn't work in this case because if you're doing like the get access, or a lot of times it's going to be like their servers deciding, not your game's
you
internal
Deb
clock.
Used to try to do that?
No, you could absolutely, bro.
He said it doesn't work anymore though.
People doing Animal Crossing stuff do that to whatever. It doesn't matter. But the debate right now is between 70 and 60. But I got to be honest. People are kind of upset that video games are trying to move to being $70, but bro, how long have they been at 60? They were $60 when we were in high school. Like
the
06,
original
07.
Call of Duty Black Ops from like 2011 was like $55.
So that's what I'm saying. And it's like they found other ways to create revenue with like microtransactions and battle passes and all those sorts of things, but like in DLC, but like eventually the base price has to go up, right? Like we've seen hyperinflation in almost every other area. So I think $70 will probably be the base game.
Well, I am reading an article here by Michael Rothstein on ESPN.com that says they fully expect it to be valued at $70.
Yeah, there you go.
The game that they get for free because they had to turn that information in, how much that value was, and so it looks like $70 is going to be the number.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think that's going to be being the new base price of games. Like I said, they've been kind of floating in. And then now, Taylor, to your point, there probably will be a GOAT edition that is $100, maybe $120, some sort of extra content behind a paywall. But I don't want to cause a panic. I don't think the base game's going to be $120, dude. But then again, look, if I love a thing, I'll get sucked into an enhanced edition real quick.
Dude, I'll buy it. I'm paying extra to have Dion on the cover of mine.
Yeah, I really don't.
I am.
I don't like the fact that I'm going to – I just sat here and I'm going to have to buy at least 3.
Yeah, you're going to be all
Probably 5.
You're going to be all
I'm going to have my own in my office, which I don't play games anymore, but I'm going to play this one. Yeah, Knox might be the only one that doesn't. He's Red Dead, Star Wars.
Oh yeah,
like he might not. He might like come play on like my system.
It's gonna be tough though because if it's good, it's gonna be such a cultural phenomenon that it may break through in some of the ways that old school sports games did. Like it didn't matter if you liked hockey. Everybody loved NHL '94.
Yeah, Tiger Woods golf. I don't like golf.
Yeah,
at all,
it didn't matter.
But I love
Everybody
Tiger
loved
Woods
golf. NHL '09 was incredible in that way. Obviously, a lot of FIFAs have transcended whether or not you like sports. I'm trying to think about what the other like great would Tecmo Bowl, Super Tecmo Bowl. I think everybody wanted to play those back in the day. Now, partially the NHL '94 thing was also like there weren't as many video games so when one hit, you just like had to play it. Yeah. But God, that was a good one though. ESPN, NFL, 2K5. Oof. Probably my favorite football game of all time.
The NFL game on Dreamcast
that was the 2K series.
Beautiful.
But the 2K5 one specifically sold at $20, had ESPN branding. It was way better than Madden at the time. It was absolutely fantastic.
Tony Hawk's another good one. Avo.
Yep, true.
Throwing into this. Not a
I
lot of
didn't think
people
about that
talking
as a
about
sports
skating,
game, but you're right.
People certainly. I mean, you tried skateboarding about a year and a half ago.
I've tried it my entire life.
I know,
I'm obsessed.
but like you got back into it. You would come in here with like scrapes and bumps and
No.
bruises.
I mean, I took 3 or 4 hard falls and just for the third or fourth time in my life had to accept that it's just not for me. Yeah. I'm just not cut out for it. I have never put so many hours into anything in my life and shown so little improvement as of skating.
I'm convinced that you have, like, your internal clock has more hours than others. The things
what do you mean?
Because, like, you do multiple shows, you do car pickup, you do all these things, and then, like, you have time to go play pickleball and go skate. And, like, is your time clock slower than the rest of ours?
Well, no, the skating, when I was trying to skate again, I was going full midlife crisis and skating around the neighborhood at night at like 9:30 p.m. and like carving up driveways and stuff. And also, when I say I put more hours into it, I mean like 6th, 7th grade. I'm talking 2 years of daily practice, like 5 hours at the skate park every Friday, and I didn't learn crap. Sucked the whole time. Just absolutely sucked. Very disappointing.
Let's go around the room real quick. Greatest video game of all time.
Geez. Okay. Well, I mean, how long do you want me to go? I probably shouldn't start.
Just one. You only got one.
T-Bob should go last on this, so he has time to think about it.
GoldenEye on N64.
Okay.
That's mine.
Hell yeah. Why? You got to offer a why.
It was the first.
What was special about
it was the first game that was like that. That wasn't on a computer. You had Doom on a computer, but that was the first person game that I remember was GoldenEye, and it was incredible.
True.
And the silencer gun and just everything.
The proximity mines, like all the different game modes. A game that was ahead of its time in many ways, and like you said, the first console kind of multiplayer shooter.
Yeah.
Alondra?
I'm trying to think of one that I was like extremely addicted to. But growing up, we just played World at War, Call of Duty World at War, like zombies.
Wow, the old zombies
one?
one?
My gosh.
That's the first game that had zombies.
Yeah, that was the,
I didn't play much World at War, actually.
During the summertime, we would go to the pool, and then the sun went down, we'd go upstairs and play zombies all night long.
That just
literally all night long.
That just makes, I got goosebumps.
Me and my brother and my cousins, like, that was our summer right there.
I got goosebumps. It fills my body with warmth.
Yeah,
I mean,
so maybe that one.
Stuff.
But Modern Warfare.
Summertime video games.
Yes.
Being a kid after a fun day in the sun.
Going to play in the pool or something. Then going back and playing
that's what we would
King
do.
Griffey Junior baseball tournament.
That's what we would do. We would be in the pool all day long, and then the sun would go down. We'd go upstairs, play World at War, or we would play Modern Warfare. I don't remember which one it was. The one with Rust.
Rust would have been Modern Warfare 2,
right?
I believe, yes. Rust, very small map, right? Very, very small. Yeah, good free-for-all map.
Yeah.
Taylor?
It's hard not to say NCAA, but since we've been talking about it, I'll go.
If you had to choose one, is there one that stands out above the rest?
Whichever one was the first one to have Road to Glory. I told y'all that was my favorite game mode when they had that. It was Erin Andrews. Remember, she was like in studio and she would like give an update and they'd play like your highlight reel on the back TV. I like that one, but like outside of that, Red Dead Redemption, I love.
Yeah,
it looks like NCAA football 10.
10 maybe. That must be the
Road
one.
to Glory answer.
Yeah, Red Dead was great.
Red Dead was awesome.
I mean, it's like my kids play Red Dead.
Yeah, 1 and 2. Like I love them.
I didn't play 1. Red Dead 2's top 5 for me, certainly.
Outlast is a good one too.
What's Outlast?
It's like a horror game. And it's like a first-person one, and you're in an asylum, and you're trying to escape it.
Is that the one we have to turn the power back on or whatever?
No.
Like it's dark. They give you a flashlight.
I'm not used to a game being referenced and I don't at least have some sort of.
Oh, it's so fun. It's kind of like, what's the one where it's like Hills Have Eyes?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of like that.
Hills Have Eyes kind of sucks, but
but
Outlast
agreed.
sounds like it could be
Dude, Blair Witch
Do you think
Project.
Hills Have Eyes is good, dude?
No,
I thought
all the WWE games. No, I didn't take it that way.
Take that at different.
They this.
That's what
all the WWE games were really fun too.
Best
like
wrestling
SmackDown.
game of all time for me. I heard people love SmackDown. I never played it. I can't. I mean, Revenge on the N64.
Yeah,
WCW and NWO Revenge. WrestleMania on the N64 was really good as well. I played a lot on GameCube too, but that one wasn't great. I just played it with my
Revenge
neighbor.
was so good.
Revenge was awesome.
All right,
dude.
before we break, yours. Your answer. You only get one.
T-Bob.
Okay, so like I said, Red Dead 2 would be in top 5 probably. Or not
For
probably. Gears 3 would be in my top 5. I've always... Oh, okay, you know what? No, okay, so I got to be honest with myself. I've always said Witcher 3. And absolutely, single-player experience, that is the case. Baldur's Gate 3 may beat it whenever I go back to Baldur's Gate 3 and finish it. Like, Baldur's Gate 3 is pacing to be my favorite single-player game of all time. But why am I not playing Baldur's Gate 3 right now? I'm playing World of Warcraft again. WoW Classic.
True.
For like the 4th or 5th time in my life.
Right.
I mean, I actually just have to be, even though it's not what pops into my head, I have to be honest with myself. WoW Classic would be my favorite video game of all time. I've committed so much of my life to it. It's actually kind of insane.
Is this the game that you were talking about yesterday with the staff?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's your favorite game. You talk about that one a lot.
Yeah. Well, we're in Season of Discovery, so it's like WoW Classic, a little twist, and things are different now, and it's fun, and it's like you're chilling with the boys. Just
Universal, I think, like best, favorite, whatever category you want to put it into, Universal, like no matter how many people you asked, if you polled them, I think Mario Kart might win.
Everybody
has like a Mario Kart story.
Everybody has a favorite Mario Kart too, though.
Yeah,
which
I know.
is interesting.
I'm saying
too.
like as a game that has been different. Super Nintendo, 64. Now it's on the Switch. So many different people.
Well, and the crazy thing about the Mario Kart on the Switch is it's actually the Wii U Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and yet I'm pretty sure it's like one of the top 5 highest selling games on the Switch as well.
Yeah,
like it's just sold bajillion copies, and it's I mean, for me, a lot of people, the Mario Kart theory is that it's your first Mario Kart that ends up being your favorite. For me, I'm either Double Dash or the one that was on the Wii. Double Dash on the GameCube or the one that was on the Wii were my two favorites.
Was it
07?
07 we got a
that Wii, baby.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. That led to me doing so much Natty Light drinking while Wii bowling. It was insane. I moved my couch so that to go full lazy, I could hang my left arm off the edge of the couch and sit there with a case of beer on my right. And so I didn't have to stand up, didn't have to move or anything. Just hang the left arm off the couch and just Wii bowl all day.
See, that is the complete opposite of what I thought you would do. I thought you would move the couch so you could tiptoe like Fred Flintstone and bowl it every time.
That's there was a place for that with the Wii. Like that was fun to do as well, but like eventually, we just got to get repeatable motions. We're trying to hit 300. I never did. Never got a perfect game though. Unfortunately.
God, I remember I got my Wii and then statute of limitations is over. I paid a walk-on.
Sold that thing, huh?
No, I paid a walk-on for his.
Oh, really?
I bought it for my sister-in-law.
Oh, because they were impossible to get that holiday season.
Yeah, and they wanted one.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
that's big time coming through, dude.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I mean, look, that gave me a couple of my favorite games ever. Super Mario Galaxy was fantastic on the Wii. Wii Sports. I mean, Wii Sports is kind of an all-time banger, dude.
Wii Sports was so much fun.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
The bowling and the boxing one was fun,
The
too.
tennis was the best.
Tennis is great. I
That's
think
when you
bowling
moved the
was my favorite.
couches
Tennis was
because
great.
you were moving
Dude,
in Wii Tennis.
Sometimes, like, you'd break a sweat playing
No
Wii,
doubt.
like,
That's
Wii Sports.
like, honestly, like, I think that was part of why they put Wii Sports together.
Yeah.
Was to kind of have, like, a little workout.
Well, and they wanted to,
it.
and, it was just a showcase for what this new weird control system could do, these motion controls. And then what else was it? So we mentioned NFL Blitz. That might actually be my favorite football game of all time.
Pretty good.
That's I didn't play much Wii Sports baseball, actually.
Sorry. Somebody in the chat keeps asking who paid $1,400 for voice lessons.
Derek.
And I said Derek, and he said, just one more question. Is Derek a huddle person? And how did y'all hear him sing?
Called in one time, sang for us.
Derek is from Step Brothers.
Yeah. Adam, what's his name? Adam Scott.
Yeah.
Which, a new season of Severance should be coming out sometime soon, huh?
I don't think I ever saw that.
Oh.
Parks and Rec was funny, though.
We can keep moving. Now we have Zelda debates going on. Ooh, Halo 2. Halo 2 was such a landmark moment as well, dude.
Yeah.
Because that was the first time a lot of us were on Xbox Live. Because I want to say Halo 1, we were all LAN parties. Maybe you had, there was some sort of internet Halo 1 that you could connect to. I don't know exactly how it worked. But yeah, Halo 2 was when Xbox Live came out and you were dual wielding. Lockout? Is that a map? Lockout?
I don't remember.
I'm gonna have to look that up. All right, when we get back, more OTB. I don't exactly know. Probably sports, maybe. We'll see. Ooh, Skyrim.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Skyrim's been released in like 70,000 different platforms at this point. Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding. You need windows, door siding, you need Tommy's. Or you're going to see the difference clearly. You want to head to GEAUXTommys.com and let them prove it to you, okay? I know I keep talking about this, but it's because I think it carries a lot of weight, which is the fact that I'm not even, like, I was not even instructed just to tell you to just like, look, tell them they just want Tommy's no matter what. No, they said, look, just tell them to make us one of the 3 bids. Make us here, Tommy's, one of the 3 bids, and then let us show you, like I said, you're going to see the difference clearly. Let us show you why you want to choose us and work with us. So work with Tommy's today. Go Tommy's.com.
I mean, check out some of the testimonials on the website, right? This one. Tommy came out the same day to give me an estimate, and his guys were out on the following day to install my doors. They did a great job at a reasonable price. Highly recommend. Find those at GoTommys.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
The importance of doing this fortified program and offering it to people down here is, number one, the only real chance you're going to get to do this is when you put on a new roof or build new. And through companies like HUDCO, who's kind of leading the way in this thing, it's going to offer the customers a huge advantage in the insurance market and the price of their insurance.
You know, we're not looking to make a fortune off fortifying. We're trying to give you a better product than our competitor at the moment. I'm trying to do something that he can. I'm trying to give you something better. So a lot of these insurance jobs, you're getting a re-roof, you're only paying your deductible. Let's sit down and talk about the fortified and let's see what it does to your insurance premium. You're getting a steal.
Yeah.
You're getting a brand new roof and a fortified certificate for your deductible, essentially. And I think we're rocking and rolling.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Yo, Jake here from my friends over at Community Steel Company.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Welcome back. OTB. I feel bad that I did not mention Stardew Valley. I should have mentioned Stardew Valley. That's definitely one of my
I have no idea what that is.
Favorite games of all time. It's a little pixel. You ever play Harvest Moon back in the day? You know about any of those?
Nope.
So in Stardew Valley, you're like working an office job, kind of miserable, and your grandfather dies and leaves you his farm, and it's all overrun, and you move out to the country, and you turn around the farm, you make relationships in town, you learn what it's like to be a part of community, you eventually get married, you have kids. I had my first ever kid. I actually had Bobby before I ever had Bobby in Stardew Valley with Leah. My wife was very jealous, but Leah was she's physically attractive, but she lived there on the river. She was an artist. She loves wine. She loves to paint. It was just, she's one of my first loves. But Stardew Valley definitely would be in my top 5 of all time, for sure. Cannot wait to see what Eric Barone does with The Haunted Chocolatier. His next game is about you being in charge of a haunted chocolate shop, basically.
What?
He said if Stardew Valley channels the energy of the sun, that this next game channels the energy of the moon. He's got an incredible story, dude. He made this game alone, music, art, everything. He worked on it, 10 hours a day for like 5 or 6 years alone. Had no money. His girlfriend's in nursing school supporting them, blah, blah, blah. And then overnight, he's just got millions and millions of dollars.
I'm looking at this.
But he didn't even move out of his apartment, like with his roommates, because he's just like, he's so weird. He's just like, I don't know. I like how I'm living. People talking about Power World. Team, I'm going to listen to Lips of an Angel during the break and think of Leah. I do have more than you would realize. Trust me.
Don't like that.
People talking about Power World. I've seen a lot about Power World. I've not played it. I don't really love survival games. How did you feel about Hogwarts, T-Bob? Did you beat it? I did not end up beating Hogwarts. I would say this. Hogwarts, I am very happy I got it. I'll probably go back to it someday. The thing that it did, it makes you feel and know what it's like to be in Hogwarts. Right? That's like if you're setting out to make a Harry Potter game called Hogwarts Legacy, that is goal number 1. And they knocked that, so they get 2 thumbs up from me. They knocked that out the park, for sure. What do you think about them Stardew graphics, bro?
Not good.
See? Disagree. Absolutely beautiful.
It looks like something on Game Boy.
Yeah, it does. But that's the genius of it. The music, really, too. Gabriel Rodriguez says Helldivers 2. Have you all seen this? You like Super Troopers?
Yeah.
Little Verhoeven. Helldivers 2 is basically the kind of humor and vibe of Super Troopers, but you are dropping into hostile planets and taking on waves and waves of bugs and like Terminator robots. It actually looks very fun. It'd be very fun for all of us to play. Actually, everybody has a PS5.
I had Team Xbox over here.
Dang, I'm Team Xbox too. So Apple Music, Xbox, the superior ones.
Yep.
Hey, it's weird. No, I mean not really, obviously. But I think it's Sony only. It's only Sony and PC, so it's a bit of a bummer. Offensive line. Do you want to? Do you want to do it? I know Taylor wants it for YouTube. I'm sure certain members of the crowd want it rather than hearing me rattle off little personal anecdotes about any game that is mentioned in the chat. So I'm putting it to a vote to prove that I am not a dictator here. Do you want to do a little line talk?
Taylor?
Yeah.
I can see Taylor like having like pencils back there and like he's got this topic he's done a lot of time, put it in the document and obviously wants to put it out there. And then I start talking about video games. He just breaks every pencil, like every video game that we bring up.
And to be fair, he runs all the YouTube stuff for the show and knows like the upload cadence that we got to hit to
for sure
please the algorithmic gods. So let's just call this them. This is a bit of an appreciation, a Brad Davis appreciation segment. As the offensive line, there has been, I've said it plenty of times, but I stand by it. In the Brian Kelly era of LSU football, there has been no greater come up, no greater transformation than what you are seeing and what you have seen with the offensive line. And it's not to say you didn't have great lines at the time in the past, because you did. I mean, obviously, like everything else of the 2019 team, go look at that line. A lot of those guys still playing in the NFL, playing well.
Yeah.
But there's a consistency here that you have never achieved before. And really, it started with getting Will Campbell and Emory Jones to be these stalwart freshman tackles, and that gives you so much runway to work with. But now you got the 5-star Weston Davis coming in. You got Cohen Eccles, a great 4-star, one of the top interior offensive linemen in the entire country, coming in. Ethan Callaway, another 4-star. We talked yesterday about 2025. You're in on the top interior offensive lineman in the entire country. It's just name after name, and it's quality play as well, because Brad Davis is not just a recruiter. He knows technique. He knows how to motivate. He knows how to get the most out of these guys. There's a reason why they were Joe Moore Award finalists. I think they were actually maybe the best offensive line in the entire country last year. I'm biased. But the best part is, Jake, and if you look at Brian Kelly's time at Notre Dame, he did this there as well. So I don't see this stopping anytime soon. I think during this Kelly contract, I don't think we'll look back on it and say, man, that was an O-line golden age.
Remember, as soon as he takes this job, one of the things that we harped on for like multiple weeks was him saying we were going to build this team through the offensive line and up front. Like, that was a point of emphasis. We're going to attack that. That's got to get better. It's not where it needs to be, and that's going to be our main focus. And so they told you, I mean, when they first got here, that's what they wanted to do, and they've certainly done that and probably then some.
Yeah.
I'm right there with you. I mean, they were, at minimum, they were a top 3 offensive line in the country last year. You can have a guy like Lance Hurd leave and not really feel like you're going to be highly affected by
that.
It.
Is crazy. That is actually crazy.
He's a good player, going to be a great player probably at Tennessee. This isn't a slight at him. This just tells you kind of the strength and the depth that you have on the offensive front, and the fact that you're bringing in another 5-star player in this class to kind of replace what he was going to give you as a swing tackle this year. That's what they've built up. And so now, and Brian Kelly said this when we were down there for the Senior Bowl, he's like, now we're going to shift the focus to building the defensive front. Like, they feel like they have done the job that they set out to do with the offensive line. They're going to continue to try to do that.
Yeah, obviously. Well, once you get, it's like it's got momentum. Once you get a little inertia, it can, these things can start to kind of build on themselves. So now they just got to, like you said, focus, kick. They got to crank up that D-line engine now.
They do.
Crank that diesel.
Yeah, I mean, he was highly focused on that offensive front. And, again, the job that they've done, Brad Davis has done, like, you feel like, okay, we've put this in place. So we don't forget about that, but we've put it in place, and now that just continues on the same level that it's been on with Brad Davis in charge of that. So now bringing in a new defensive staff for Brian Kelly, it's like, hey, Peoples and Brad Davis, Bo Davis, we got to go out there. We have to do this on the defensive front. That's why you go pay a Bo Davis to come in.
Yes, that's what I was say. That's a great point that you're making there, because it would be hard, even if you committed to it. It would be hard to find the levels of success with the D-line that you've had with the offensive line because you didn't have your guy. Like, Brad Davis has been your guy since day one. There's a reason why he survived the transition. And Kelly didn't get all those decisions right? I mean, obviously, how they played Raymond, kind of slow playing him, like, that was wrong. And credit to him. They made their mistake. Raymond's not back in the fold. But now they have, unquestionably, their guy on the defensive front. So now is the time where you can be like, okay, let's invest, which they did, obviously. Let's invest and let's go see how good. And bro, if you bring this defensive line to the point where you brought this offensive line, you will be a top 5 team in the country every single year.
Yep.
Like, that will feel like a true return to the Saban era, because that's how Saban's era separated both at LSU and Alabama. So it's a big if. I don't know if you'll be able to, but if you can, the rewards could be potentially massive. How's that for a YouTube segment there, Taylor? Huh? Yeah? Yeah? You like that? I don't know what you're going to title it. Do it like is the LSU offensive line doomed? And then it's just going to be all of us just like talking very positively about it the whole time. Whatever clickbait you need to engage in, feel free. More OTB. Wrap it up, hour 2 next.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Coleman Roofing and Construction. Coleman Roofing and Construction, man, for 40 plus years. Coleman Roofing and Construction. been taking care of you. The most complete, the most reliable, the most respected roofing company in Louisiana. Any type of job, commercial, residential, they got it. Any type of roof, terracotta, slate, New Orleans shingle. I don't even know that type. They have certified installers for anything. Anywhere. All of Louisiana, the entire Gulf South region. And like I tell you every day, construction. Okay, the interior. You get water damage, tree falls on the house, whatever. They build the inside as well. One-stop shop, baby. Coleman Roofing and Construction.
I saw a Coleman truck at 6:25 this morning.
There you go.
6:25, already on the job, going to work, and that's what kind of service you're going to get from Coleman. And like T-Bob said, it truly is a one-stop shop. Commercial, residential roofing, but construction as well. So anything that you need, they can handle that throughout the state of Louisiana. ColemanRoof.com. Find more information there and also a list of numbers from those different locations in Louisiana, ColemanRoof.com.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the JimsFirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the JimsFirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Bayou Ford has new 23 Ford F-150 STX trucks for only $39,995. $39,995 plus 1.9% financing for 72 months. And all new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood Subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
It was a humid day, barefoot children play, looking for that summer shade. Time just slips away. Oh, Louisiana, some kind of hold on me. Like cypress stumps, your roots are planted deep inside of me.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Sup, y'all? Welcome back. Go TB. Closing out hour 2. What were we just talking about in the break? Oh, I don't know. Disaster on the inside. I don't know. Everybody be careful out there, dude. This cell phone outages, people. acting crazy, just driving in circles and whatnot. There's
gonna
another
say
story I
stepbrothers.
wanted to get to. Let's just do this then. Alabama. How about this, dude? Alabama choosing not to bring back Eli Gold as the voice of the Tide. And in case you thought this was some sort of ride into the sunset, Jim Hawthorne mutual agreement, all is copacetic, all is good. Here is Eli Gold's direct quote about it.
The university has chosen not to bring me back. This is not with a capital N-O-T, not at all health related. I am very healthy. Everything is wonderful. I am healthy as a horse.
So, as you can tell,
healthy as a horse.
Eli, I don't know if you could actually understand me, but he said not N-O-T at all health related because, of course, in 22 he had to fight cancer all year, battles through it like a champ, comes back this last year, and Alabama, I guess they said, F it, rip off the Band-Aid. You're entering a new era. Let's just get rid of Eli Gold as well. That just feels crazy to me. I didn't think you got rid of. I just thought these guys just got to work until they didn't when you achieved legend status like that.
Kind of like the Supreme Court a little bit.
Yes, 1,000% like the Supreme Court, actually. Like who was the guy at Georgia? You say we and everything. Wasn't he there until eventually he hung it up?
You're asking the wrong person that.
Jim Hawthorne, obviously, until he hung it up. Or at least you would think you get behind closed doors and you make it appear that way. It's kind of shocking that they would be so clearly at odds with one another that Eli just be like, no, man, I'm good to go. They just don't want me anymore.
I like how he's like, I'm very healthy.
Yeah, healthy as a horse.
Kalen DeBoer wanted to bring in his own guy.
Yeah,
that's what it was.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Exactly. His own play-by-play
I wonder
guy.
what the Washington radio play-by-play is like.
Brooklyn native originally for Eli Gold. That's kind of funny thing about how where life leads you. But so it sounds
Brooklyn to Tuscaloosa.
It sounds like Chris Stewart, who I do believe they really like as well over there in Alabama. He's the basketball voice. He's gonna
Chris does a good job.
He's gonna be the guy now.
I've had him on the show a bunch.
Big get again, and this isn't about Chris. It's not even about Gold. I don't really care. I just think I've just never quite seen this. I just thought that these legendary voice guys, like we said, just got to work ad infinitum.
Vince Scully literally died in the booth in the middle of a game. Calling it.
Wait, did he? But then he.
Nah, he didn't.
Okay, cool.
But
yes, but
no,
I thought that I'd missed a Vince Scully story where his heart stopped and they restarted it
in the booth.
In the booth, and then he finished out the game. I would not.
Well,
have
no,
been
but
surprised.
Vince Scully really did do it.
Yeah.
Until he died.
Absolutely.
Well, and then in that article, T-Bob, Gold goes on to say, he's like, I'll be announcing my new job later this week.
Hell yeah, dude.
So.
Oh wow.
Here hiring.
Said I was originally told that I was going to A-Day, and they have now reconsidered on that. They're just going to make a clean break. They'll honor the contract to the end of June. Yeah. I'm not retiring. The university has chosen, as they say, to go in a different direction. That's certainly their right. Jeez.
You're right, though. I mean, we don't typically see this.
No.
It's like, okay, you're the guy, and you're going to be the guy until you don't want to do this anymore. Or maybe if he would have gone somewhere in the NFL, it would have been his decision to leave. But
it's kind of a good point. Does healthy as a horse play? Asked Avo. Don't they shoot horses for the smallest ailments?
That's why I asked.
I've never considered that actually.
Hey, that's
but
what
that's
they
always
did.
been a saying. Healthy
That's
as a
what
horse.
they
You
got a broken leg. Sorry, man.
He's like, no,
gotta go to the back.
My leg's fine. Look at it. Nah, looks broken. I'm running. No, doesn't look like it.
Got a little hitch in the get up, Bo.
So no more Alabama. Oh.
John Parker Wilson is the other
What?
guy in the booth, right?
Yeah, he's the color.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell him, Chad Jones. Get out to that ass, man. We got Jay Johnson coming up to kick off hour number 3 of OTB.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Yo, Jake here from my friends over at Community Steel Company located in Gonzales, Louisiana. The local place you can turn to for all of your metal building needs. Notice I said local, not Houston, not Dallas, not Atlanta, but right here in Gonzales. Visit them at their brand new state-of-the-art website at communitysteelco.com or pick up the phone and give them a call today to answer all of your questions on your metal buildings, roofing and sheet metal, and any other steel needs you or your business need at 225-647-2020.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Insurance companies have teams of professionals to fight your claim. If you want to know what your case is really worth, I'm Spencer Callahan. I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7970.
WNXX, Jackson, KNXX, Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers, LA 21-12681. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Good morning. It's 9 a.m. on Thursday, February 22nd. Today in Baton Rouge, expect cloudy skies with a high of 74. In hour 3 of today's show, we'll kick things off at the top of the hour with LSU baseball coach Jay Johnson. Then at 9:15, Chef Michael Johnson joins us for our Munchie segment. If you missed hours 1 or 2 of the show, you can catch them in the on-demand section at 1045ESPN.com. You can also follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel. Hour number 3 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
Let we go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah!
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, they said I gotta come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? Welcome in hour 3 of OTB, and we're just going to dive right into it because I cannot thank this man enough. It is game day. It's also Thursday. And every Thursday, we try to have him on, so we cannot thank him enough for making some time for us here on such a busy day. He's already got a staff meeting in the books. I'm talking about the head man from LSU baseball, Coach Jay Johnson. Coach, what's going on, man? How we feeling? Game day, baby.
Good morning. Let's go.
So 2 p.m. this afternoon in the box, Northern Illinois. And, look, I think you probably know where this is all going to start, Coach. Gage Jump getting the nod, right? When you look at last weekend, who immediately just kind of grabbed people, got him excited. Jump was probably at the 4 of that debut weekend. What made you want to give him the nod here in the first game of the series?
Well, we brought him in to start. We've been building his arm back up because he's returning from Tommy John. We've been pretty diligent about that and wanted to make sure we position him for success, as we're hitting our stride in SEC play and throughout the year. So this was the plan all along. I just, knowing how good he is, we weren't going to let that opening day one slip away without that guy touching the mound. So we had him set up for a closed situation, and that's what happened. And he was great. Now he's had, 6 days off and only 11 pitches, and now we want to begin our ramp to, getting him to the rotation.
Coach, as we talked last week, I know you've always got a plan in place and you have an idea of what you want to see over a series weekend or even in the midweek. Were you able to stick to your plan that you had for opening weekend? Did it go maybe how you thought it would?
Yeah, I actually think it was great. I think we hallmarked this year that it would be important that we'd be really good in close games. And we were in 3 of them. And I think, side note, last year VMI won a game at Mississippi State opening weekend, and Central Arkansas beat Vanderbilt. So I thought that was a good accomplishment to do that. And I like to not have to teach lessons because we lost the game. Like, we're going to always teach lessons, but we'd rather do that when we win, obviously. And so I thought the guys were good. I thought they grinded through 4 days. Obviously, having some depth on both sides helps us out with that. Still some mixing and matching with some lineups and keeping guys' bodies and minds underneath them. And we were able to do that in the context of winning close games, and I like to see that.
And Coach, one of the things that really also I think jumped out off the screen last week is just the areas in which your cup overfloweth, right? Whether it's behind the dish, couple positions in the field, there's just so many viable candidates, and throughout a year, everybody's going to need to be involved. And so, what did it mean to you to then have a guy like Hayden Travinski who has been through those battles, who has seen his time on the bench, and then, it comes on hot last year, and then to start this year already named SEC Co-Player of the Week? Like, surely that helps you sell the message of staying ready and just putting team over self.
Yeah, for sure. And this is a place where you have to do that, obviously, because we want to win and make it about the team and always place the needs of the team above our own. And when you have great leaders, like Hayden, like Alex, like Josh Pearson, that have all been role players and they've all been the guy. I mean, if it wasn't for Dylan Cruz, Hayden probably the MVP of the Baton Rouge Regional last year.
Yeah.
And we won the national championship largely because the catch Josh Pearson made in Game 1 of the finals and the home run he hit in Game 3 of the finals. And those guys are perfect examples for what we want this thing to be. And so far, so good. And I want all our guys to want to play and want to contribute. I'll be very clear about that. But handling it in a professional manner, I think we're off to a good start with that.
Coach, it's a great point you make about handling like a pro and, being a running back, like it was always running back by committee. And it didn't work unless every guy was happy for the guy that was out there. And when it was their turn, they went out there, they did their job, but they were never counting snaps depending on who was in the game. You just wanted the running back unit to do well. You have that same situation, it looks like, at catcher. You mentioned a couple of those guys right there, but then Brady Neal, it looks like they are the ultimate team players, but when it's their turn, they turn it on, they produce, but you know how it is. Like, that relationship has to be good for that to work, and it looks like it's certainly that and then some.
Yeah, those guys are all great. I think it's a unique situation. I would really like to challenge this stat. Like, are we the only team ever to win the national championship and have 3 catchers start over 20 games? Like, I want to find that. I want to find that out. But yeah, they all have unique skills. Love having all of them in the game. Obviously, Hayden, probably being the primary DH helps that situation a lot, where two of them are going to be in the game at the same time most of the time. So I'm pretty pleased with where we're sitting there right now, and they're great people. It's been awesome to have Alex and Hayden in the program for 3 years. It's awesome that they came back this year. And then Brady was a very big recruit for us, obviously, and getting him through the pro draft. So we got to take care of those guys. They've all had some checkered history with injury, and so there's a lot of figuring out in terms of how to line that up each weekend.
I mean, your attention to detail boggles the mind, Coach. When you look at last weekend, though, there's a couple. I mean, look, Luke Holman in his first time in LSU uniform could not have been more dominant, but one of the guys that seemed to steal a lot of the headlines was Stephen Milam. And I mean, to be a freshman and to go out there and not just to finish the weekend 6 of 11, but his approach, right? Like, I mean, I'm a layman. I don't really understand it to the depth that you do, but his patience, his kind of discerning nature. How is that already there when he's just, 18 years old?
Yeah, he's one of those guys that's kind of built his whole life around baseball, and that's awesome. Those are the kind of guys that I want to have here. What I'm proud of him for is he had a learning curve in coming here in the fall, and I don't know how he couldn't, coming from high school baseball in New Mexico. But, we outlined his player development plan. He's literally checked all those boxes when he left in November. Come back, this is what you need to do. And he had a great lead up to the season in January, February, and obviously played well last weekend. And, as part of that group that's going to get a lot of playing time. We have about 12 guys that I feel like we're kind of rotating through, and, he'll stay in that rotation.
Results obviously matter, Coach, but when you're playing freshmen like that, and Milam and Jake Brown, different guys, and certainly some on the mound as well, what do you look for, like, when you throw a freshman out there? Because, again, results do matter, but it's not the only thing. Like, what are some of the things you look for to see if they're able to handle that moment that they're currently in, and also maybe to help you once you get to SEC play?
Yeah, I think self-control is probably the first thing that comes to mind. And, you mentioned Jake and you mentioned Steven. Both those guys have that, and they have really good skill. Like, they're highly skilled players, and those are kind of like my wheelhouse guys. I love the guys with power that hit the ball over the fence, and we certainly want as many of those guys as we can. But you have to have some balance, to have line of flexibility, ability to score in different ways, as we saw with the wind blowing in 100 miles an hour the other day. Our ability to play defense in that game was a large reason that we won a 2-0 game. So I just think they're both really skilled. I like how they're slowing the game down. I like how competitive they are. And they both got a lot of great days ahead of them here.
Coach Jay Johnson, we know you got a very busy day, man. Get out to the box this weekend. We got Northern Illinois, 2 p.m. today, 2 p.m. tomorrow, Stony Brook, and then 1 o'clock on Saturday and 1 o'clock on Sunday. Get out to the box. Going to be a beautiful weekend for some baseball. Thank you so much for making time for us, Coach.
All right, guys. Have a great day.
Yes, sir. You too. Good luck. I keep saying it's going to be beautiful. Is it actually going to be beautiful? Have we confirmed that yet?
It doesn't matter. People are going to go.
No, for sure.
I mean,
but I don't know. You always talking about how cold it was last week.
Meteorologists are always wrong. The groundhog was wrong. It doesn't really matter.
That wind was.
Oh, whoa. Hold on now.
Don't talk about the groundhog.
After this week, I know Alondra didn't come after Puxatawny. You going to tell me it's been spring out there this week?
No, it's been really cold. In the mornings it's cold, and then it gets a little warm, and then the wind starts. But my point is, it doesn't matter what we say the weather is, because we could be completely wrong, and it's not going to matter, because apparently we don't care if people are wrong about the weather or not.
Okay, so now you're just coming at meteorologists in general.
I'm just saying.
Just saying what? You don't get
mad? You were going so hard behind the groundhog, and it's like, why? He's been wrong. He has a 39% accuracy rate.
Well, he was right about this one. What have you done for me lately? What have you done for me lately? Puxatawny Phil. It's like Dragonfly Jones tweeted. I hope the praise is as loud as the hate was.
Windy conditions expected around 12 p.m. Allegedly.
Yeah. Wind.
Are you going to listen to a draft dodger? Get out of here.
It's supposed to be low 61 today, so it shouldn't be
That's beautiful.
Yeah,
Low 61. Are you kidding me? What are we talking about, guys?
But it's going to be
can't hope for a better spring.
cloudy.
Oh my God. Get
Cloudy is
out of
not
here.
beautiful.
Get
You're
out
telling
of
me you
here.
go outside and it's gray and cloudy outside and you're like, oh, what
Bruh,
a beautiful day.
I'm telling you, I live in Louisiana. If it's 60 degrees, I'm slurping that up like that bathwater from Saltburn, baby. Just like I'm diving deep in it.
And yeah, it's supposed to be sunny Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
There you go. Shout out Poxitani Phil. That's my dog. My ground dog.
Didn't hate it.
Yeah. Huh?
It's all right.
Partner. I can't wait for Cajunomics today. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. All right.
Never done a dive into Cajun.
I haven't either, but I keep hearing about this and I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Is this an off-air thing?
already gets in trouble too much for talking about it.
Are we not
too
supposed to
much.
talk about it?
Nah,
It's
we're
a
not
bit
supposed
like
to.
Fight Club.
Yeah.
Ugh.
But you can drop little subtle hints about it. But when we get back, Munchies with Chef Michael Johnson. Keep it locked.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Partner. You see that? Hey, Sabo, that's a red trash can, man. I ain't never seen that before. Well, guess what? If you've had that thought and you're in Ascension or Livingston Parish, that red can, that red truck, that's Trash Rangers, Bo. And that's local, my friends. And that's the customer service that you ain't never had before. And you have a choice. You're one of the lucky ones. If you live in LP or Ascension, you have a choice on who gets to handle your trash. Choose the local guys. It's in you text ahead of time before they pick up. You go to trashsignup.com. You see your pickup days, your amount of cans you need, how much, all in 3 minutes, y'all. And remember, the trash stays here for the profits too as well. Back into the community, unlike these national companies, Trash Rangers.
4.7 out of 5, according to 2,611
Damn.
ratings. TrashRangersLLC.com. Reliable weekly service, no hidden fees, weekly text reminders, TrashRangersLLC.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared towards seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
BRAC teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. BRAC, your #1 park system in the nation.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs, even in the case of an after-hours emergency. The light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Welcome back, OTB. Thursday, 9:15. Would you already know what that means? It's time for some munchies with Chef Michael Johnson. Chef, you feeling better this week, man? How we feeling?
Oh, yeah. I'm
dude.
recovered. I thought I'd died for a little while.
Yeah, it seems to be. It's that time of year where, like, you keep hearing that from everybody, but I've kind of dodged it, and I'm just terrified that my day's coming. And then last night, what's going on?
Well, I don't have a smart thermometer or thermostat in my house. It's one of those old school that it's either heat or air conditioner.
Hell yeah.
And I had the AC running on a warm day, and it went down to lower 40s that night. And I woke up in my house, and it was like 55 degrees in my house, man. And it was
so funny, Chef, because I have the same thermometer set up, and it has been a battle these last couple months. Like you cannot figure out, are you supposed to keep it on hot or cold? It's brutal.
And rewiring one of those smart thermostats, you got to have an engineering degree to do, brother. I mean, there's like 35 different colored wires in there that all of them have to attach to something, and the little wires are like the thickness of a hair, and if you bust one, you're out a couple $100. So
yeah, I'm gonna do like my daughter told me last night with her broccoli. Not for me. It's just not for me.
Oh, is that Alice or Odie?
Odie. Even though she used to love broccoli. Like, love broccoli. Like, up until just now. And my oldest still does. I don't know. Bums me out. Chef. Hashtag munchies. Give me a second. Here we go. Bought some beef liver the other day. How does Chef suggest cooking it?
So I like to either braise it or fry it, honestly. When I say braising it, and I'm not a huge fan of beef liver. I don't mind calf liver, and they're two different things, right? Like, it's not when it's calf liver, it's a younger cow and it hasn't lived as long of a life, literally, and so it's not as bitter. And the older the cow is, if it is beef liver, or like an older creature, it tends to get a little bit bitter, and so, it almost needs to be a little bit masked because it comes out stronger flavored, and you got to really be into that if you do. I like calf liver, and like liver and onions is my favorite thing. Like you sweat the onions, brown the liver, sweat the onions. You slowly build it and you cook that flavor down into it. It kind of all melds into one, and so I don't know. That's really the only way I eat calf liver. Because I'm not a huge fan of it. I'm not liver in a whole, unless it's foie gras, like a fatty goose liver or fatty duck liver. I'm not a huge fan of liver. I can tell you, I'll throw a whole bag of gizzards away if I find one liver in it.
Whoa, wow!
You know what I mean?
And I know you like gizzards, so I find that to be surprising.
I love them, but I'm not going to take the risk of hitting two.
It's kind of crazy how much tastier young cows are in many ways than older cows. Do you think like a human child would be better tasting than an adult?
Oh man, I'm gonna leave that to the cannibals, Dan.
Hashtag munchies. Are there any products that 9 out of 10 chefs recommend, like you see with dentists and doctors?
If you have 9 out of 10 chefs agree on anything, man, I'm gonna fall over, honestly.
you know what it is, dude? Y'all are too much artists at the end of the day. Too much artists, too many. There's a reason. Rebels. You can only have one. It's such like a sole leadership role. It's too many cooks in the kitchen. How are you going to get 9 of them to agree?
I think you might actually get them to agree on like joining an anti-conformist group, and the oxymoron behind that is ridiculous, right?
Hashtag Munchies. Brian wanted to say thank you. That's what he's going to end up doing with that liver. Hashtag Munchies. Do you use a probe or infrared thermometer to check your own temperature? He says. Oh, man. Okay, I'm just walking into it today. Here we go. Hashtag Munchies. My mother-in-law. Okay.
Oh, man.
Okay, no. This is an actual question. It does have a joke at the front end. Hashtag Munchies. My mother-in-law texts me, I want to baste your bottom like a thick ribeye. That got me thinking, is there any real advantage to basting a steak?
So basting by nature, you're wanting to take not water, but oil and cover, like when you baste a turkey, what you're trying to do is take fat and cover the skin so that it crisps up. If you are basting a rib roast in the oven, like I take rendered neck fat and baste it over it and crisp the skin up so that when, it's the textural thing. Using just liquid like stock or the hot broth that falls out of it and ladling that over the meat is actually going to steam it and make it tough, right? And it's not so. You really need to understand what basting, the purpose of basting is, and why you're trying to do it. Because if you're just basting hot liquid over something, you're kind of prematurely cooking it, right? And you don't want it to get tough on the outside. That doesn't lock the juices in. That pulls the heat. Literally pulls the heat out. When something gets hot, you're not locking juices in. Like if it has a skin and it crisps, you might be able to accomplish that. But it really what you're doing is the proteins on the outside are coagulating and they expand, and a lot of times the liquid draws out of it. So it's counterproductive, right?
Damn.
That's why you rest the steak after you've cooked it. The outside of the steak that's in the dry air has been dehydrated. So you rest the steak, and what happens is the liquids, the moisture that's on the inside of the steak draws out to the drier part and becomes more uniform in color and flavor.
All right, Chef, I've got one because I know that you're not a big fan of meal prepping because a lot of the nutrients will leave the food if you wait too long. What would you say to someone that's like, I need something that's, quick and easy and I'm always on the run so I can make sure it might not be meal prep, but I can kind of grab and go?
So meal prep is good in that nature, Jake. The thing is that when you cook something, period, it's going to start the process, right?
Right.
But if you, there are things that you can do to prohibit nutrient loss,
right?
Like using a blast freezer, or blast chiller. If you or using even IQF products like frozen corn and frozen peas. Those products have been picked and harvested at their prime and frozen. Frozen in such a way that it locks the nutrients in. We talked about, the blast freezing process versus the freezing process doesn't create cell structure loss, so you don't have leach of nutrients. So, I do like meal prep. Don't get me wrong. It's just, like if I had the choice between meal prep and fresh cooking, I'm going fresh cooking every day.
Right.
My argument with meal prep is that I think people should slow down their lives and take time to eat more because it's a healthier mindset. The people who have lived the longest on Earth and all these blue regions, they live amongst their food. They take time to eat their food and choose their food well, and they interact with their food versus meal prep. Putting stuff in the oven and constantly being on the run. It's two different philosophies, right? It's healthier in many different manners.
Chef, so I'm having a bit of a crisis of confidence when it comes to steak where, I was nailing them for a while there and I'm trying out some reverse steer stuff. It was going well. But the last time, I buy a nice steak and I tried it. Temp was great. Reverse sear. But it just, I don't know, even though the temp was great and everything kind of came out tough. But my question isn't about the steak itself, but rather, is there a cut of meat or anything where the buy-in to practice is a little less? Is there a cut of meat where I can kind of get some of that practice without going with a a full $35 bone-in ribeye.
Yeah, the eye of the chuck. So the eye of the chuck and the ribeye butt up together, and the eye of the chuck is basically the end of the ribeye.
Okay.
And so when you find the eye of the chuck, it should be, and the more we talk about it on the radio, the price goes up as we speak. You know.
I just texted me. Shut up. Shut up, dude.
There's only so many eyes of chuck on a cow, right? So in days gone by, the eye of the chuck was, not marketed as the ribeye, but it has the tenderness of the ribeye, and it's a lot less expensive, and so you can play around with it and afford to, butcher it. And on the same breath, if you buy a cheap cut of meat, just in general, if you buy a cheap cut of meat and you cook it to the point to where it's texturally correct, then when you buy an expensive piece of meat, you're going to do it right by nature, if that makes sense.
That does make sense. Yeah, that does.
Yeah. Get a cheap sirloin and cook the sirloin, and it's going to be tough. It's less lean, but it's some of it's about temperature. Fattier cuts of meat tolerate higher temperatures. Leaner cuts of meat require lower temperatures because the fats leach out quickly. Without any fat, there's much less flavor. And it has to do with the texture of the meat. They seize up quickly, and when they seize up quickly, they get tense and tough. And so, it's about the temperature of the grill. It's knowing what cut of meat you have. The difference in the texture of a tenderloin is nice and soft. And if you're at the grocery store and you're poking at the beef, you can feel the difference between the tough cuts and the softer cuts. If you can poke into it and it leaves a divot there, it's a more tender cut of meat. If you poke it and it slaps you back, it's got a little bit of pinch in it, right? So,
thank you. I now know. I now know exactly. Okay, I'm gonna get it back. I'm gonna work up in the minors and then get back to the majors.
There you go. That's it, brother. If you lose your confidence, you go down to the minors and you get your practice in and come back up. Yeah.
Hashtag Munchies. What's more difficult, opening a can of biscuits or opening a can of worms?
Oh man, the biscuits they scare the hell out of me every time, brother. I've never not jumped at the can of biscuits opening up, man. You just can't anticipate it enough.
It's one, but it's also like it's created a Pavlovian response in me where I just start to salivate when it pops open because I know the deliciousness that's about to be in my mouth pretty soon.
I think biscuits is your favorite food.
I love biscuits. I mean, it's a versatile food. It's right up there with eggs in terms of, I guess you might actually be kind of right in that. I never really thought about that. I want to start getting into making my own biscuits. I know you're not I know you don't love baking, chef, but I don't know.
I just like
biscuits are one of the easier things to do, though. I mean, it's really about layering the dough and folding it over and having a lot of fat in it. I mean, biscuits are something that I can get down on because they're fatty and they're flavorful, and if you do it right, they're nice and flaky.
Hashtag Munchies. Is there a good substitute for the brandy and steak of poivre?
I use cognac, or even like a good. I don't put cheap stuff in it, right? Like cognac works; it's the equivalent to brandy, but I also will use bourbon, or even like a. I don't mind the flavor of Jack Daniel's, so I've used Jack Daniel's before, but it has a pretty profound flavor. But a decent bourbon or whiskey can work if you want.
Hashtag Munchies. Best way to cook a 1.5-inch ribeye.
1.5-inch ribeye. Yeah, like I'm going to go like 2.5 minutes on each side, and depending on how far I want it, like medium, I'm going to put 2 minutes, and this is on a charbroiler, right, on an open flame grill. I'm going to turn it every 2.5 minutes, and I'm not going to put it in the middle of the charbroiler where the hot spot is because I don't want all the fat to leach out and burn. I'm going to put it on over off center, and turn it every 2.5 minutes, probably a total of 4 times. Like 8 minutes. I like my steaks medium. And
really? Interesting.
Well, and once upon a time it was mooing raw, right?
I
still will. But
me. Yeah.
I've gotten to the place now where I like a medium steak. It just cuts nice and easy. The mouthfeel is nice. It's not quite as tough and chewy. I think it digests a little bit easier that way. Maybe I don't know.
Your age is showing, Chef.
The student's just going to puree and go to a pudding.
So what temperature are you getting into then? About 135?
Yeah, so meat, right? And honestly, I cook my steaks when I'm cooking medium. You can look at it, so it starts to leach this red liquid out, and it's not blood; it's myoglobin. But when your steak turns to medium, it starts pushing a red liquid out, like a reddish pink liquid, and it'll like bubble up, and it's time to eat when you see that.
God, I'm so hungry now, dude. All I'm thinking about is steak. Oh my god.
Steak and biscuits?
Bro, don't even get me started. If I had steak, biscuits, and eggs right now, I'd be smashing.
That's actually a really good combo.
Yeah, steak and eggs is all time.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Chef, you're the best, man. We need to line up. We need to line you up back in the studio here pretty soon, bro.
Steak and eggs to play.
Do a buffalo or something, or bison.
No, we gotta. I got. One of my homies has zebra steaks.
There you go.
On deck for us, and he made a zebra sauce pecan. It was incredible. Shout out,
Is
Nathan.
the meat like striped? Do you think? I've never seen it.
I don't know. I've seen pictures of it. It just looked like a thick steak. But again, that sauce pecan was. Ooh, I think he actually gave it to us on one of the episodes of Whiskey and Wine, and you can just watch me smash the entire thing during the show. You're the best, Chef. You have a great day, man.
Take care, guys.
Later, brother. God, love that man. Except now,
I want steak and eggs.
I'm just so hungry. I'm just so hungry.
You remember we used to do that at 7:30, which
that was
like,
aggressive.
Like that was not a great idea. Chef is a great idea, but whoever said 7:30 initially, they must not be hungry ever.
Alondra, why will you not partake in zebra steak?
It just feels not right.
But you got to
eat
try
a
it at
zebra.
least. You got to try it at least.
What's the difference in a zebra and a cow?
You got to try it.
The stripes, one spotted and one. It's the stripes that I can't do.
That's actually funny, but I'll say this: I feel you wonder is it gonna because we don't think about eating horse meat, right? And I guess it's kind of it looks
more
like a horse
than it is anything. But
it tastes pretty damn good though, Bum.
Those PETA ads that are like, "Where do you draw the line?" I think I draw the line at zebra.
Well, you're still gonna have to try it though. If we have,
I don't think I have to.
No.
See, we have a hole in here, like a foxhole type situation, where we're all in it.
Yeah.
Well, T-Bob just took 2 days off last week.
No. Time out. I'll say this.
He did take 2 days off.
He took
last
2 days
week.
off, and he left early yesterday.
Yeah.
Taking a bite of the zebra steak is optional. Okay, the same way that it was our
to
summer.
Go lift weights.
No, like our summer workouts were optional.
They were optional
in college. You didn't have to be there running and lifting.
Yeah.
No,
Should we call Coach Moffitt?
Yeah,
and ask him
you
that?
just went because you wanted to. Because you wanted you.
I don't know.
Because the team meant more. It's okay. You don't have to. To be clear, HR, anybody listening,
I'm definitely getting bullied right now.
It is completely optional. Nope, it is completely optional. There is no social.
To do something without my consent.
Nope, no peer pressure whatsoever to eat the zebra steaks. Completely
I think even
optional.
HR understands foxholes.
But
T-Bob, where do you draw the line animal-wise?
On what I would eat?
This dude said human veal earlier.
If
so
any-
I think humans where I draw
Human
the line.
veal
I'll
is
eat
fine.
pretty much anything.
I'll eat.
Anything that's
He wanted to eat an infant.
considered like a normal household pet, obviously no.
Yeah, that's true. I was about to say I'll eat anything that some society deems this is good. We like to eat it. But I did see a Vice report on this giant Chinese dog fest where they just eat a bunch of dogs and I don't think I want to eat dogs. I don't think I want to eat cats.
Is it something where it's just
eat a bat?
voluntarily
I'd eat a bat.
recreational use, or you got to do it to survive?
I want to eat a
chicken
bat
wing
from a
bat,
wet market.
like a bat wing.
Wait, what?
Voluntarily do it, or you got to do it to survive?
No, I would. I think I would voluntarily eat any animal save for a dog or a cat.
Yeah. That's about where I'm at
too.
I feel pretty safe. You're not going to catch me on some animal that I'm missing.
I don't know.
I'd feel weird about eating a lovebird, but I'd do it. I guess.
A lovebird?
Yeah. I'm just trying to think about little pets that you don't really want to eat that.
Is a bird
hamster?
actually a pet though?
Bro, you should have seen the cannon.
I had a parakeet. I had 2 parakeets back in the day.
So we had a couple lovebirds, and they were jerks to everybody except for my old man. He had them trained up like a pirate captain. They would sit on his shoulder, and when he'd come in to say goodnight to us, they'd attack us. And he'd yell at him, and they'd go back and fly on his shoulder. And if they ever messed with him, he'd like flick him in the skull and give him concussions. That's how he trained him up.
Yeah.
But these birds are crazy, dude. They just used to chill on the shoulder everywhere with him, just walk around.
That's the Cajun way of
just
thumping them right there on the head.
Ooh, bro, he's got a flick too.
Yeah.
I got thumped many a time by that same thing. I'm like, I feel you, Peaches. That hurts, doesn't it?
Has my man recovered?
Cannon from the bachelor party.
Yeah,
he went. We went in hard night one. He did not make it night two. I think he's probably doing. I think he's probably doing okay now. We need to call him and talk to him.
I might eat the zebra.
Yeah, look, it's up to you. It's your choice. You know,
Your
body, your choice.
Rabbits and turtles are normal pets, and I would eat both those.
Yeah, they're delicious.
Rabbit?
Yeah, rabbit and turtles are great.
Yeah. Frog legs are fantastic too.
I helped a turtle cross the street the other day because I felt so bad. It almost got ran over, so I picked him up and put him on the side of the road.
Was there a car behind you?
There was a car that was on its way toward me, but I had some time. I picked him up and I ran and I put him down.
Don't let Taylor do this. That was nice of you. That was a good thing.
I just felt really bad for the turtle. He was about to get ran over. I almost ran him over. So
yeah. What are you gonna
No, that is nice. I should be nicer. I'm not saying she was in the wrong. I would have been in the wrong. I'd have been the guy behind and honking. I'm a really aggressive driver for no reason whatsoever.
I didn't stop in the middle of the road. I pulled over.
I would have got out of the car and we're throwing hands.
I pulled out of the car though.
I hit an I did not hit an 18-year-old. I honked. Yeah, no. I hit one of those I hit one of those
I know. Hold on.
That crazy traffic when I was disconnected from the internet. Everybody's driving in circles this morning. I hit one of those 10-second honks at an 18-wheeler earlier. That was just being stupid.
So a couple years ago,
18-wheelers would get a honk.
I have real road rage.
Yeah,
I get actual rage.
Oh, Katie gets so mad. I mean, the amount of times that I've been in the rear view, telling them to pull over.
Oh my gosh, same. I start sweating. I get so mad.
All right, when we get back, more OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
CentralPlumbing.org, 925-8552. CentralPlumbing.org, 925-8552. Remember, Central Plumbing is looking to hire right now. There are some positions available. So if you are a licensed plumber, and look, man, maybe you think you're happy with where you're currently at. That's fair. Why not just explore your options, You want top wages? You want great bennies? Send your resume to jay@centralplumbing.org, jay@centralplumbing.org. If you're an apprentice, well, guess what? They have a great apprenticeship school to help get you across that finish line. Again, 925-8552, jay@centralplumbing.org.
225-925-8552 is also the number you call if you have an emergency. 24/7, 365. Whenever you call them, they will be out there to fix your issue. But that's not the only thing that they do. If you're looking to remodel, go to centralplumbing.org, see what they can do for you. You'll see that the full fleet is available, so no matter if it's at home or business, they've got you covered. centralplumbing.org.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
The importance of doing this fortified program and offering it to people down here is, number one, the only real chance you're going to get to do this is when you put on a new roof or build new. And through companies like HUDCO, who's kind of leading the way in this thing, it's going to offer the customers a huge advantage in the insurance market and the price of their insurance.
We're not looking to make a fortune off fortifying. We're trying to give you a better product than our competitor at the moment. I'm trying to do something that he can. I'm trying to give you something better. So a lot of these insurance shops, you're getting a re-roof, you're only paying your deductible. Let's sit down and talk about the fortified and let's see what it does to your insurance premium. You're getting a steal.
Yeah.
You're getting a brand new roof and a fortified certificate for your deductible, essentially. I think we're rocking and rolling.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Yo, Jake here from my friends over at Community Steel Company located in Gonzales, Louisiana. The local place you can turn to for all of your metal building needs. Notice I said local, not Houston, not Dallas, not Atlanta, but right here in Gonzales. Visit them at their brand new state-of-the-art website at communitysteelco.com or pick up the phone and give them a call today to answer all of your questions on your metal buildings, roofing and sheet metal, and any other steel needs you or your business need at 225-647-2020.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
So we've had a very 80s theme today, music-wise. For many of you listening, probably brings you back to a better time in your life when you were younger, more confident, felt better, had more energy. The same way that music can transport you, Rejuve Medical can do that, and then some. If you're feeling old, andropause, menopause, facial aging, lack of energy rolling out of bed, lack of energy rolling into bed, right? The desire, the confidence. All of this are the effects of untreated aging. And so at Rejuve, you go get your labs drawn. Your body is the guide, right? Where's it deficient? What does it need? Like Jake went and they were like, you're never going to need HRT because your testosterone is literally through the roof. Okay, so maybe it's HRT, maybe it's semaglutide, maybe it's not. The point is there's a custom plan for you to get you where you want to be. And so if you want to get to a point where you can switch the blades with the guy in the shades, you want to go to Rejuve Medical, restore me, refuel me, Rejuve me.
One of my favorite things with 80s music is 80s movies had so many great montages. Like that's what 80s movies, you can turn it back up just a little bit. Like that's what 80s movies were, and I loved it. Absolutely loved it. I'm trying to think and you're probably better at this than I am, T.
Oh, yeah, let's do it.
In the 80s movie, turn this up just a little bit, Alondra. What's happening right now in the 80s movie?
This is
because it's a montage song for sure.
No, it's absolutely a montage song. I feel like
close our eyes.
So Sunglasses at Night feels like somebody who's maybe a little nerdy trying to learn how to get ready for a party or something. So I think in our movie, it's almost like a risky business type situation, but maybe you're training up a nerd who's gonna really go for it and have that high school big time, like they're about to graduate. He's been a nerd his whole life, but his parents are leaving town. They fully trust him, and he's gonna throw the one big party. And this is his boy who's kind of cool, but they've always been boys because they were boys when they were younger. And even though they don't talk maybe as much as school, he still helps him out tutoring and stuff. And his boy's just teaching him how to be cool. And then they have to apply all of those lessons on party night and see if he can get with Stacy.
Nope. It's
just Stacy.
Just Stacy. I kind of like that one.
Even though
that's really good.
Yeah. Even though Sarah's been in front of his face the entire time.
Yeah, but he's also working out for Stacy right now in this montage.
Yes,
he's a little bit of a workout situation.
Working out,
could you go the other way?
Teach him how to mix cocktails maybe in the montage.
How to dance like in Footloose.
Yes, yeah.
Could you go the other way? Okay, y'all ever seen the movie Can't Buy Me Love with Patrick Dempsey?
Yep.
Okay,
no.
Well, okay. He's a nerd. He pays the popular girl to go out with him and teach him how to be cool and stuff. But I could kind of see, like you were saying, oh, she's been in front of his face the whole time. Like the popular girl's helping out the nerd, and then she's having like a montage of like them hanging out together. And she's like, wait a minute, I actually like him. I think he's actually cool. I could see that.
We could absolutely go that direction. We're going to have a final confrontation with a bully at some point.
Oh, yeah. Name Rick.
Yeah. Yeah, we could do Rick.
Rick's a good one.
Yeah.
Then I don't know.
Probably goes by Ricky.
I don't know how the confrontation will play out. Will he kind of get beat up, but then win over the crowd? Will he
kind of like get shoved in the locker situation?
It could be. Well, at the beginning of the movie, we're going to establish him. Yes, he's going to get bullied at the beginning to kind of establish the relationship there. I feel like we're okay. I feel like we're cooking them up here, guys.
A little script going
I'm
here.
just saying, like, we got cameras here. We can make a movie.
All right.
I think Footloose came out like 40 years ago yesterday, by the way.
It was the anniversary recently.
Yeah. Great movie.
And don't play Footloose at a bar while I'm there, because I am line dancing to that thing like nobody's business.
The Texas in you just erupts.
Oh, man. That and Copperhead Road. I'm there.
Is it Chris Penn in the originals, the best friend in Footloose, right? Sean Penn's brother, Chris Penn. Yeah, it's Chris Penn. Because Miles Teller in the remake was the best friend.
Huh. I didn't know there's a remake.
There is, with Dennis Quaid.
Came out 2011, 2012.
And what's that dancer's name?
The
Julian
remake
Huff.
is 15 years old now?
Yeah.
Julian Huff is in it.
Yeah.
All right, when we get back, closing out the show, that's the bench. Keep it locked, OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Community Steel Company, communitysteelco.com. My friends, the Community Steel Company is there for you if you need purlin, tubing, steel buildings, sheet, metal. Look, man, they're in Gonzales, Louisiana. They are local, alive and local salesmen. Say you're a business and you have steel needs, okay? So think about all the advantages. First off, you're getting the best price point because there's no national middlemen jacking up the price for the consumer in the back end. It's from the wholesaler to Gonzales to you. Secondly, you have a live and local sales team who's going to have relationships with you. They're going to understand your business needs, how to best serve them, right? And then thirdly, because it's right there, again, you can go see the product. This is not just, you're not having to bet on anything. You can go experience it and see if you believe in it, and you will, because it's the best. Community Steel Company, communitysteelco.com.
That's the best part about it, right? You're going to deal with somebody that is right here. They don't have to pick up the phone and call Dallas or Austin or Houston, Atlanta, wherever, and ask for permission. No, it's done all right here in Gonzales, Louisiana. Give them a call today to set everything up, 225-647-2020.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
At Relief Windows, we're more than windows. We're windows, doors, hardy plank, and vinyl siding. But our number one product is always customer satisfaction. Visit us online at reliefwindows.com.
Join MMR and ignite your career today. MMR is the largest electrical and instrumentation contractor in the nation, and they're seeking talented individuals to join their team. For over 3 decades, they've been headquartered right here in Baton Rouge, and they have offices all around the globe.
And MMR offers a tailored path for both professional and personal development, outstanding benefits, and a dynamic culture. So whether you're an intern, a seasoned pro, or you're just starting out, see what MMR can offer you. Apply at mmrgrp.com.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play. with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Ooh, feeling a little good in studio this morning. Check it out. Join MMR and ignite your career. Tell you every day, man, but MMR is the largest electrical and instrumentation contractor in the nation. Headquartered right here in Baton Rouge for over 3 decades. Offices all around the globe. And right now, MMR is seeking talented individuals to join the team. And I'm telling y'all, we're talking a professional, tailored path for both professional and personal development, coupled with outstanding benefits, a dynamic culture. Because look, it's they're selling a product, selling a service. Service defined by the people. People defined by the culture. Okay? So whether you're a student seeking an internship, you're beginning your career, you're a seasoned pro, MMR offers a variety of positions for you. Build your future, MMR. Apply now at MMRGRP.com. Ask the Bench, brought to you by Cold Curse Light, Vizzy Arts, Blue Moon Light Sky, Citrus Sweet. Ask the Bench, what would your baseball walk-up song be?
Changes a lot, but Till I Collapse, maybe by Eminem and Nate Dogg.
When the Levee Breaks by Zeppelin.
Ooh, that'd be a good one. It had to be something like super hard, maybe some 9 Inch Nails.
Sharp Dressed Man for the obvious reason.
Oh, wow. Hashtag Ask the Bench, what's your last meal?
Like if I
Sesame
was gonna
chicken.
get
Yeah, if you're getting executed. Sesame chicken and fried rice.
Chicken fried steak with some mashed potatoes
Damn,
and
there
corn.
you go,
And I'd
bro.
ask my grandma to make it for me because she makes the best
I'm about to
one.
say chicken fried steak, bro. Come on now. Jay, last meal?
Piccadilly.
Wow.
Like literally like hamburger
Carrot souffle?
steak, carrot souffle, fried okra, buttered roll. And green beans.
Shrimp and crawfish Alfredo pasta. I'm having a side of mac and cheese. My dessert's either chocolate cake or some type of Boston cream pie.
Ooh, I like good Boston cream pie, Bo.
I
You might
do
be
too.
the second person that I've ever heard enjoy that. That used to be my birthday.
Oh,
cake
I love
growing up.
it. It is my birthday cake most years.
Oh, nice.
Ask the Bench. Dessert for the zebra meal.
Gotta be zebra cakes,
Yeah,
right?
zebra cakes.
Zebra
Sure.
cakes.
Yes.
Yeah, good call.
Well
hashtag
done.
Ask the Bench. One more snap in the NFL or NCAA? NCAA. I didn't play in the NFL.
NCAA.
Ask the Bench. What kind of margarita are you going to get on National Margarita Day? Is it National Margarita Day today?
Is it?
Oh,
I need to go get me a
boy.
marg.
I'm gonna give me a marg before start. Let's go.
Oh, I love a marg.
If I'm getting
just
one,
a standard
if
marg.
I'm getting one, I'm gonna go top shelf on the
Yeah,
rocks.
well, yeah,
Salt on
gotta
the
go
rim.
top
Get a little
shelf, yeah.
tahini on the rim.
What tequila do you get?
I actually don't specify in the top shelf. I don't really care that much.
Oh, okay.
But normally I will not order top shelf if I'm planning on having multiples.
Yeah.
So I'm not like uber picky either way.
Mm.
I just like it on the rocks.
On
And
the
I don't
rocks.
I don't
Yeah,
like it overly
love
sweet.
frozen. I don't love frozen margs.
And I like it spicy.
Yeah. Give me a jalapeno marg.
Yes, jalapeno marg all day, every day.
Yeah.
Little tahini on the rim.
Yeah.
Ask the Bench, favorite type of donut? Classic,
Oh.
solid,
Just
glazed.
I knew that was going to be
I
your
mean,
answer.
you can't beat it.
Blueberry cake donut.
Those are pretty
that's
good.
a
I know
good-
what you're talking about. Those are pretty
Boy.
good. Those are pretty fire.
I just love
Actually, for
glazed.
me too, whatever you would call them, bear claws, apple fritters.
Apple fritters.
That
for
may be
sure.
close
A
to
bear
for sure.
claws live. Rip.
Ask the Bench.
Rip, rip, rip.
Who is more surprised? Is Star Crunch the best Little Debbie snack?
Ooh, I
Why is your answer
forgot
yes?
about Star
I don't
Crunches. They
even
were
know.
so
Star
good.
Crunch.
Dude.
Oh, Star Crunches were so good.
They were good, yeah, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that's the best Little
No.
Debbie, no.
No.
I
There's
mean,
no way.
they're up there. They're good.
Yeah,
I
they're pretty
take
good.
them nutty buddies.
I want
before
the
them.
oat milk
yeah,
cream
Nutty
pie,
Buddy.
large size.
Give me a cold
Like some
nutty
fudge
buddy.
rounds too. Fudge rounds are
Why
good.
does all this sound sexual?
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
There it is, the extra mile. on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Happy New Year from your friends at Front to Back Boat Service. And what better way to kick off your new year than by taking your boat to the next level? Get the boat of your dreams, and that's where Front to Back comes into play. You want that spot lock trolling motor that's going to keep you right there on the water where you need to be. How about some forward-facing sonar that actually shows you the fish before you even cast? Custom stereo jobs, all of it. Sherman family's been doing it for 38 years. Go to fronttobackboatservice.com.
There's never been a better time to catch a John Deere deal from the crew of Sunshine. Ask us about our low monthly payment options on our tractor packages and let the good times roll. With equipment strong enough to power one of the world's largest celebrations, we've got your needs covered too. Learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Offer ends April 30th, 2024.